It's FYF Sports, man. It's Lamont, man. We back. Salute to everybody pulling up today, man. We got a special show for you guys, man. This is just the first of many. Just the first of many, man. We got a lot of shows like this coming, and these shows consist of us bringing on former NBA players to kind of tell us their side of a lot of these basketball conversations. And I think that's the most important element of all this, hearing directly from the players themselves, right? They're the ones on the court. They're the ones battling it out. They're the ones that are in the locker rooms, listening to coaches, listening to game plans, listening to schemes, listening to strategy. And so with all of that being said, it's our job to kind of take all this information and then do our best to incorporate it into how we talk the game of basketball. Incorporate it into how we talk the game of basketball, and really just learn. So today, man, we got a special show for you guys today, man. Make sure today, out of all days, number one order of business as you guys come in, make sure you spam up in the chat. Any times that you remember, make sure you spam up in the chat right now, because I'm gonna be selecting questions out of the comments. Make sure you spam up any questions that you have, because we're going to be bringing on Sharone Wright, former NBA player, and Tracy Murray, former NBA player, up to both cook and kind of give us, those hidden gems, those parts of the game that a lot of us just aren't privy to, man. So again, get y'all questions in order. Spam up the comments, right? Spam up the comments with y'all thoughts, with y'all questions, with anything that you might have for both these two players, man, as we cook up on today's show. And again, this is just the first of many, y'all. We got a lot of these coming. So, man, again, just for, we're not asking you guys for much, but, if we're going to be bringing these NBA players on for you guys to engage with so you can hear, these insightful stories so they can break down the game based on how they saw it, and not just how they saw it, but how they played it. Make sure that we are smashing that like button. Make sure we're hitting that share button. Y'all see that share button right there in the corner of your screen. Hit that share button and add it to your story. Hit the share button, add it to your story. It's one of the best things you can do to help us get this content out there. And then also hit that repost button. Repost this live to get it out there to the masses. And if you are willing and if you are able, make sure you gift a live to support FYF Sports and GOAT James Kingdom. Make sure you gift in a live to support. Yeah, man, before we get started, make sure we need to smash that like. We need to get to 1,000 likes before we cook up today, man, because we got two NBA players on that's going to be able to cook today. We're going to be asking and throwing a lot of questions at them. And we just going to be sitting back listening, right? I'm not one to sit up here and try to argue and debate with NBA players. So I know when we had Gilbert Arenas on, there was a lot of people coming up wanting to argue and fight with. I'm not one of those. And salute to Six Pick. I see him in the chat. Six Pick, when we push through this intro, we're going to be bringing you up, and then we're going to be bringing Tracy Murray up when both of those guys get in here. But we're going to be cooking today. So look, as we push through this intro, as we prepare for today's show, please make sure that we are smashing that like button. Let's try to get well over 1,000 likes before we get started today. Make sure we are hitting that share button. I want to see it. When this live ends, I want to see how many of you guys are resharing. And when you're hitting that share button and you adding this to your story, right? And then I want to see how many of you guys are hitting that share button and reposting it, right? Because it's just one of the best and easiest ways to get this content out there for the masses. But again, y'all, this is another FYF Sports GOAT James Kingdom, another TikTok takeover show, man. We always bringing you guys heat. And like I said before, man, we about to get started. Make sure you guys are smashing into the comments. And Six Pick, I see you under the request button. I'm going to bring you up in 1 second. Let me just push through this intro. I'm going to be bringing you up in 1 second. Again, the number one thing is we need to get as many of you guys up here as possible. We need to hit that like goal. We got two former NBA players coming up today, man. We got I know there's a lot of questions that need to be asked. So again, there are going to be some prerequisites for some of you guys to be able to come up and ask these questions, right? And again, there's going to be a lot of people trying to come up. And so with that understanding, just understand that we're going to be bringing a lot of people in and out. So have your questions, have your comments lined up so we can get you in and out. But again, you're going to have to meet certain prerequisites if you want to bring us up and you want to cook with these two former NBA players. Y'all salute y'all. Make sure y'all hitting that super fan as y'all see early. Make sure you join, become a super fan. It's going to give you access to the Zesty GOAT. It's a special gift that you only see here on FYF Sports. Become a fan, join that fan club. If you want access to that Zesty GOAT and spam them Zesty GOATs up, man, we're going to push through this intro, y'all, right? We're going to push through this intro. Make sure y'all sharing that live. In about 2 to 3 minutes, we about to cook, man. It's FYF Sports. It's GOAT James Kingdom, man. We back.
Mid-2020, bad against the wall, state of emergency. 6 years of growth, shifting the current currency. Look at what they built out of convenience. A house of mirrors, look at that 27 through a lens. It's getting clearer, solo operator dictating the new arrangement. They want an easy answer, so they memorize the summary. Trading historical text for whatever's looking comforting. Nostalgia bias running rampant, blunt to the duplicity. Stepping in and terminate the microphone, stupidity. You mention rings without a blueprint, that's a structural defect. And run the spreadsheets out of context. Trying to buy respect, cast eyes and chart watches, mapping data they can't even define. They use a formulaic metric just to follow line. Algorithmic scholars hiding from the film study. They treat logic like a gang war when the water's mighty. Isolated fortress out of cold precision. One man maintaining the integrity of this division. No validation metrics needed when the standard's absolute. You bring the shaky infrastructure here, we prosecute. The macro picture shifted when I put the network on my back. The destination's clear. Lord, clear the room of all secondary noise. We demand foundational alignment from the borders. If the metric doesn't match the top 10 that you drew, then your criteria is hollow. We don't rock with you. We don't need compliance, just consistency in view. The architectural standard breaking through. The digital landscape is looking like a travel turf. Boy, Crips and Bloods on TikTok panels, what we hurting for? A pack of echo chambers trading substance for a narrative. They lower intellect to keep the algorithm lucrative. If you don't validate the high mind, they block the entrance. But I'm immune to the consensus. Breaking down the sentence. You wanna anchor your debate on whoever's on your peak. Then keep that metric uniform instead of playing hide and seek. Don't switch the total longevity as soon as your argument. That's moving goalposts just a retroactive. We fix the grades. 26 expansion got the network running independent. And intellectual variance no longer codependent. I don't require clones to echo what I put in motion. I find the value in the contrast, clearing out the ocean. They built alliances to shield from cross-examination. A congregation of the simple-minded facing stagnation, while they are building their opinions just to feel secure. I sit alone and keep the basketball conversation pure. Clear the room of all secondary noise. We demand foundational alignment from the boys. If the metric doesn't match the top 10 that you're building, your criteria is hollow. We don't rock with you. We don't need compliance. Just
make sure we smashing them likes, man. We got some good guests up today. Got a good show coming. Get them likes up, send them gifts, man. Man, it's FYF Sports, man. We got 6 picking here. I see we got Tracy Murray in the chat, man. So, Tracy, I'm going to be sending you an invite. I'm going to go ahead and bring you up. Hold on. Let me see. Where is he at? Is he in the chat? I don't see him in the chat. I saw him typing in the chat. As long as he's typing in the chat, as long as he's watching, I'm going to send you. As soon as I get you back in here, Tracy, we're going to get you up here. Looks like 6 Pick is having trouble getting up here. Hold on, let me disconnect 6 Pick. Hold on, let me get you guys up here. We got Herm.
Yeah, I see you been busy today, man.
Man, I've been all over the place, man. I got a lot going on, man. But look, man, as soon as I found out we had to get this going, hold on. I had 6 pick in here, 6 pick request back up. And as soon as I see Tracy in the chat, we're going to get Tracy up here. Oh, hold on 1 second. Let me see if he's in the chat. I saw Tracy Murray in the chat, man. We got to get him back up here to cook.
Scroll up because his old message is still showing.
No, I'm just looking at the people. Okay, I see 6 pick in the backstage. All right, hold on. Every time I accept 6 pick, it says something went wrong. Can you hear me, Herm?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
Okay, yeah, so you can hear me loud and clear. Hold on, let me try to send Tracy Murray the invite because I'm just not seeing his name. I was seeing him type in the chat. Inside, you said you sent Tracy the invite? Hold on, let me accept Inside up here.
I sent him one. I just sent him another one as well.
Hey, we got the Karl Malone guy. You're gonna have to send about 19 galaxies if you're trying to come up today. You not coming up today. We got the Karl Malone guy trying to get up here, y'all.
Yeah, that's about the only way. That's about the only way he get up.
Nah, I'm thinking because Herm's the manager. I'm thinking about 50.
Yeah, we need about 50.
Hey, I'm with you on that. I'm with you. That ain't bad.
So you said you sent it out already? Inside?
Yes, I sent him another one as well. I'll send one more. And then I can resend it to 6 pick as well. But I
know it's a little echo. I'm
about to fix the echo right now.
Okay.
All right, that should be better. Shouldn't be no echo now.
It doesn't look like he's viewing it, but I just sent it again.
Okay. So, yeah, 6 pick was having a little bit of trouble connecting. So I don't know why we couldn't get 6 pick in here, but hopefully we can get 6 pick and Tracy in here. Hold on, let me see. Because when I'm looking at my invite box, okay, I see 6 pick. I'm sending an invite to 6 pick, but I don't see Tracy in here yet.
Yeah, he's not he's not viewing the live anymore. But I sent him the guest box invite through the TikTok feature.
Hello?
Sharone, what's
going
good?
on? There we go.
Yo.
You got to walk him through it, bro.
Tracy's having a little trouble because he's never done it. And he was on his laptop. So he said he's going to go on his phone for a minute and get on.
Yeah, it'd be easier from
his
phone.
It won't let you connect from the laptop. You would have to be doing it from a...
That's why it won't let you connect from a laptop. So he's got to get on his phone. He's doing that right now. And then he's going to come up.
All right, that's perfect then. So we'll wait for him to get his ducks in order. We're gonna be bringing people up. Hold on.
Yeah, Karl Malone, you come with 50 galaxies, man. Yeah, you can get up, bro.
So Tracy has a different perspective. Obviously, we played with the Raptors for 3 years, but he has a different perspective because he was on the teams. He's right there. I see him right there. T. Murray followed the live.
Yep.
Creator. You see him?
I see him. Let me send another invite out.
So send that to him.
Yep. Let's see. All right, I just sent another one.
You should see it.
Hopefully we can get Go James Kingdom up here as well to cook.
Where that clown at?
Oh, man, he always doing something, man. He always doing something. And he cussed you out on your old account. He said he didn't know it was you, so he sent a message, cussed you out.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh man, because he hit me up. He was like, "Yeah, the fake one got the Getty in." I was like, "Oh man."
Damn, why Trace ain't up yet?
Let me see. I mean, look, it when I first started messing with TikTok, it was kind of a weird little request feature to me too. But hopefully we can get him up here. I don't see him in the chat anymore. Salute to everybody watching too, man. Appreciate y'all pulling up. Make sure y'all liking the live, and more importantly, y'all, I want y'all to type up in the chat any questions y'all might have. Think of y'all best questions, right? Anything basketball related that y'all want to ask, man, about these dudes' careers and journey to the NBA. Because I think they both got unique stories and they're going to have both unique perspectives on the game. That's what we're trying to get out of them, man. So, again, we're trying to shot. That's why I want y'all to type y'all questions in so at least y'all have time to kind of think the question through before you just have us ask some silliness, because we're not gonna waste our time with silly questions today. Salute to Tyson in the chat, one of the OGs of the channel. Salute to Slim Reaper as well. Hey, make sure y'all check out Slim Reaper, man. He's going live. He's doing on his own lives. So make sure y'all check him out.
Hey, Lamont.
What up, Tracy?
Lamont. He said he's in the room. He
Is
said he hit request. Yeah, he said he hit request to come up and join, but it didn't.
Oh, hold
nobody
on.
said
If he
anything.
let me see.
I don't see him in the request. I see
yeah.
Olo and someone else.
Is he watching the correct
Tell him
live?
to request again. It should be straight.
Is he watching the right one? Because I don't even see him
Yeah,
watching.
yeah, yeah. He's seen all y'all up there. He's seen all that, but he said that he tried to request and join and all that.
All right, hold on. Let me see. Because if he was live, it's salute to Force Quarter
He's on
Steez, y'all.
he's on his
Appreciate
phone
it.
now.
Yeah,
He's on
that's
his
what I'm
phone
saying.
now.
Because when he joins, I'll be able to see him in as a viewer watching, and I can send him a direct invite. But I don't see him as a viewer watching, so I got to wait till he comes back in here. Hey, yeah, I'm salute to Fourth Quarter Steez, man. Make sure y'all check him out as well. Doing big things over here. Man O' Faith, one of the OGs as well. Appreciate you pulling up, man. We got a good one for y'all today. Make sure y'all spamming up them comments, man. I need to get y'all thoughts, man. Thoughts. It's fine. We'll get them up here. It's fine. We got time. We'll get them up
I
here.
don't like that. Why does dude keep talking about Karl Malone? What, nigga,
He's
we ain't
a
talking about
weirdo.
Karl
We might have to
Malone.
mute him for the live because we got there's
Yeah,
certain people
he's a damn fool, man.
and he keeps
Karl
requesting.
Malone did. He don't put Karl Malone like 15 times. Like, what you doing?
I don't know, man. These dudes. This is
Yeah, Mr. Sharone, he has this.
He's just one of them dudes, man. They just gonna say whatever. They try to do anything to try. These dudes, you gotta realize that these dudes will try to make the show about them. So they gonna type all this stuff that's not related, just spamming up a whole bunch of nonsense because they just want people to mention them in the comments. So we may just have to mute them if one of the other mods didn't get them already.
I hate my boy having this trouble, man.
Hey, that's TikTok for you.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it. I keep seeing the request pop up, and it's Olo, but I'm not seeing Mr. Murray's request, and I'm not even seeing him view the live anymore.
I'm gonna bring you up, Olo. Oh, in 1 second, Olo. Wait, I'm just waiting till we get Tracy up here, and then hopefully we can get Go James Kingdom up here. Herm, how did that Herm, you might know, how did that True the King versus Armani Viz debate get struck up?
It just happened out the blue, man. They was on Fourth Quarter Steve's talking, and I guess, Viz was looking for an opponent. You know how True is. True the King love the smoke. So
Is it a player v player debate, or is it like something a little bit deeper than that?
I actually forgot that whole topic, so I'm gonna check in with them, see what that topic truly is. I gotta go against Michael Jordan.
He said he's trying to come
up
up right now, Lamont.
Okay. As soon as he joins the chat, I'm gonna send him a direct invite.
Inside should see it too, though.
I'm looking at it right now, so I'm watching it right now.
Try to send it to him again. I don't know.
But I do got True the King. I do got True the King in that debate, though.
Yeah, I think them player v player debates get tricky because it almost turns into a Wikipedia contest, or who can recite the best. I mean, like that's really all it is. Like that's why I like the more in-depth topics where we really break down a certain aspect of the game that's more subjective, you know. But I'm not trying to hear no more Wikipedia contest, player v player. That's why I like the debates where when we selected from ChatGPT, where it's forcing you to talk about something that, you know, maybe we really haven't talked about much.
Gets you to focus on the new ones of the game.
Yeah, you got to really break down something new in the game.
And that's why I'm trying to do this rim protection versus POA against certain people, but they ain't trying to have that talk. So
that's a good combo for sure.
That's a real good combo, but you got to really start breaking down the game. You got to really start breaking down the game.
It damn sure will go either way.
He said he gonna reboot his phone and see to try to come up again because right now he's not letting him come up.
I think all he needs to do is close out he don't need to reboot his phone. He just got to close out the app.
Could it maybe possibly be his account isn't live eligible? Lamont?
Yeah, that might be it. He just got that might be it. He just got an account today.
Is that how it works?
I don't think it's gonna let him come up because you need 50 followers in order to come up on the panel.
We gotta spam him up. We gotta get him 50 followers, man.
Hey yo. So look, but yeah, you need 50 on a brand new account. You need 50 followers to get up.
Hold on, then. How did these people create the fake account and then join real quick with the fake accounts, like the DV Promotions do?
Hey, y'all click on Tracy Murray, man. If y'all can scroll up through the old messages, everybody should, because I still see his old messages.
Yeah, y'all go to his profile and follow him, y'all. Go to his profile and follow him. Let's get him to 50 followers, y'all. Here, I'm about to follow him right now.
Y'all, ASAP.
Is he the one with the green logo?
Yeah.
He just followed me, T Murray 30. Make sure y'all go follow T Murray 35. Let's get him to 50 followers real quick, y'all. I just followed him myself. Let's get him to 50.
I think it's T Murray dot 35. I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah, T.Murray 35, y'all. Well, let's go follow, get him to 50 followers so he's eligible to come up onto the panel, y'all. Let's get him to 50
he got
followers.
He got 3 so far. We need 47 more, man. 47 more.
It's enough of us in here to do it, y'all. Let's all go follow Tracy Murray right now. I did not know that, y'all. I did not know that. You need 50 people to join the live. That is new to me. Hey, yeah, he just needs to comment again. Once he comments again, I didn't know that. Boy, this thing makes
it's only for brand. Like if it's a fresh account, like after you have the account for a little bit, it'll let you. But off a fresh account, you need 50 until it lets you up.
Yeah, I thought it was something like that. That's why he ain't able to come up, man.
Yeah, make sure I go follow him, y'all. But why is it not even showing me his profile in the back, which is crazy?
Yeah, this is crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I didn't know it was that restrictive over here. I did not know that.
Blessings, Lamont. Y'all can hear me?
What's
yes,
good,
sir.
Hey, Johnny?
What's good?
Yeah.
What's good? Peace and blessings.
Lamont, I'm gonna go ahead and because I got my art account and a couple other ones. I'll be right back.
All right, man.
I told you, Lamont, TikTok be tripping.
Bro, this is crazy, man.
Yeah, we need 40 more followers, man. We need 40 more, man.
Yeah, I can't see him in the comments to go follow him.
I just see
Inside had it up for a minute.
It's T.Murray 35. T.Murray 35, man. I just had it on my screen here.
Wow.
Yeah, hey, Johnny, it's still smoke for you, man. 6 picks say he got to put you in the head a lot.
Oh my God! Everybody want beef with A. Johnny, but nobody got a grill to cook. Don't make no sense. Don't make no sense.
This man here, bro.
Yeah, they call him Don Herm. There, 6 pick. He's Don Herm.
That man swore me down that day, Lamont. I'm talking about he swore me down. I ain't what? Like I felt like I was going to prison or some shit.
I can't trust Lamont and Scammont, man. Scammont and Herm. They be lying all the
Scam
time.
mud.
Yeah, can't trust Scammont, man. Can't trust Scammont, man.
Okay.
Scam mud.
Yeah, man.
Hey, who
That's
made
what
that
they
video,
call me.
dog? That video.
Which video?
The
The
AI
one where Lamont
video.
was walking.
Oh, that's all. We made that for Lamont.
That shit is dope, dog.
Yeah, Lamont wouldn't post it though. So we had to post it for him.
They always like, I just
Hey,
be
Lamar,
Man,
you
that
busy.
might
shit
as
is
well.
dope. Lamar, you
You might
look
as
good
I
on
well.
that
You
appreciate
shit,
might
that
as
though.
man.
Thank you,
well.
man.
I,
Yeah,
Lamar,
but
you
we
might
not
as well
done. We
post
not
one
done.
of them energy drinks. You might as well promote
oh
one of
yeah,
them energy
yeah,
drinks because I know you're tired. You might as well promote one of them
oh
now.
yeah. We gotta get the Fit Aid, man. We gotta get the Fit Aid, man. Y'all know, man. We got the new spot. Y'all see the new refrigerator? It's still wrapped in plastic. I gotta unwrap the plastic. So they sent me the whole new refrigerator, right? It lights up, so when you turn it on, it lights up, and I got unlimited cases of Fit Aid, man. This is gonna be this is gonna be awarded to. So whenever you, if you can come up and defeat me or A Johnny in one of the debates, because it's basically FYF and Go James Kingdom versus the world. That if you can defeat us, you will get an entire 12-pack of Fit Aid delivered straight to you, man. Salute to the people at Fit Aid, man.
I was thinking, Lamar. I was thinking, who on the panel like me, you, Herb? Who's got a side phone where if we can't get him, we just call him on the phone and put it into the speaker.
I can do that. I can do that myself.
A phone. We can do that.
Yeah, I can definitely do that. Well, let's just try this. I think we can get him on. I just made this account a moderator, so I don't know. Maybe we can get him on. Inside said he's here.
Herb, how many you got now, Herb?
Is he? Did he type in the chat again?
Still showing 10 for some reason.
It showed 14
It's
when I looked.
17 now. It's 17 now. Hey y'all, we need 33 more.
He's at 17. I just went and followed him on 4 of my accounts.
We need 33 more, y'all. It ain't that hard. T. Murray 35, man. Let's get him to 50. And then let's get some good content going. We got 2 NBA players, man. Give us a insight on everything. Their stories and more. Come on with it.
We'll get him up here. But I don't see him in the chat though.
That's what I was gonna say. I don't see it in the chat neither. He's not there.
Yeah, I don't see him watching.
Yeah, this would have been something we could have used for StreamYard. StreamYard would have been the best, but
Yeah, StreamYard, we'd have already been rocking and rolling. We'd have already been rocking and
with
rolling, man.
StreamYard.
And that no problem. Inside, Six Pick, did you hit him up?
He went out, so I'm pretty sure he's calling him. Because 6 Feet not even up there.
Oh,
Yeah. I just called him. He didn't answer.
He said, hold on. He said he's on his daughter's account. Hold on.
Okay, great.
Hold on. I think this is him.
Yeah.
I think this is him, man. I think we got him up here.
Pound.
Yo.
Okay, there we
You
go,
there?
right there. Yeah, that's him.
Salute.
There go my boy.
What up?
There go my dog. Hey, man. That's my dog right there.
Hey, man. Look, I had to go on my daughter's TikTok to get going on this month, bro. What's happening around here?
Hey, Lamont. This
Yes,
just
sir.
shows you what brotherhood is. My boy would do anything to come on and support.
Hey, I told you, bro. I told you I got you, but dang, bro, I don't be messing with TikTok like that. My
Oh,
fault.
man. I didn't know it took all this, man.
Hey, I'm
So
too old for
Lamont-
TikTok.
So Lamont, hey Lamont, I whenever you ready, just tell me when to introduce my boy, man.
Man, go ahead and introduce him now, man. Please, man. Go ahead and cook up. Sharone, you hear me?
It's on you, Mr. Sharone.
Yeah, I hear you.
Go
Go ahead,
ahead,
Mr.
man.
Sharone.
It's on you.
Y'all ready?
Yes, sir.
Y'all ready? Okay, so well, I grew up playing the game, man, and and my buddy is my brother, man. This dude is my brother. I mean, and when you play the game, you always have a couple of people that you consider brothers, man. Like my kids are his kids, and his kids are my kids. Like this dude, I mean, I've been sick in the past. I'm an amputee. This dude, I mean, will fly anywhere to see me. And it started when we were both got traded to Toronto, and I think him being a free agent, he was a high price free agent coming from Houston and Portland and all those places. But backtracking a little bit, this man was an All-American at UCLA. Not doo-doo state, but UCLA, the most accomplished program of all time. I mean, started by the great John Wooden. But this dude, California Player of the Year, McDonald's All-American, won a ring with the Houston Rockets, and then one of the championship years played for Portland and in Washington, and of course his time with me with the Toronto Raptors, and we solidified a bond that would never break. I'm talking about me, him, Stoudemire, Doug Christie, Oliver Miller, Carlos Rogers. That first 2 years group that came to Toronto was just unbelievable, and we still all close today. But obviously, me and Tracy and Oliver and Damon, that group, we're all closer. But I consider Tracy my brother. I'm talking about, like, man, we've been through it. We've been through tears. We've been through everything. We watched our other brother, Oliver Miller, deteriorate in 1 year. And when we saw that, and it's just, all it did was make us closer. His family, Mr. and Mrs. Murray, his brother Cam, all of them, we all family, dog. I'm talking about my son Nico looks at him like an uncle, and it's just, this dude here, man, I give my right arm to. And I know, like I said, we get situations where guys are like, okay, he's cool, but this is my real brother right here, more closer to me than almost my real brother. So I just want to welcome, Tracy to FYF and Go James Kingdom. Those are my guys. I started on this kind of journey with them, just lurking one day, and came up, and we've been family ever since, man. This is one of the best situations. It's actually a debate show, but we know that I don't partake in that, and I want to preface that by saying I'm on here a lot, but I don't want my brother to go through no bullshit. So you guys, I mean, and no disrespect, but just don't be asking him no bullshit. Don't ask him about no fucking money. I don't want to hear that, because
the minister of defense ain't gonna let that happen, Sharone.
No, but I come through the phone on you niggas, man. I don't play with me, my nigga. Don't play with me. Because this ain't no average.
The minister of defense is here.
But this ain't. No, I know. You know why it ain't gonna happen? Because Herm ain't gonna let this shit happen. Herm, my nigga. Herm ain't playing with y'all. But anyway, Herm is my manager for sure. So without further ado, former first team All-American, should have won Sixth Man of the Year, should have won comeback player of the year, should have won most improved that year with Washington when he averaged 55. And this dude is the best jump shooter that I've ever seen, and my brother Tracy Murray.
Oh man,
that's a hell of an intro. That's a hell of an intro. That type of intro, bro. You gave me a lot of love there, man.
That's a hell of an intro.
You gave me a lot of love, bro. You know I love you, bro. First of all, I'd like to say rest in peace to Oliver Miller. First of all, man, that's our dog, and we miss him, man, because that dude right there provided not only, did we have a lot of good times on the court, off the court. We laughed, we joked, we blood, sweat, and tears, man. That's what it was with our crew, and that especially with Oliver and that first year crew, man. So shout out to Oliver, and I miss that brother.
Yeah, rest in peace to my dog, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna touch on that too once we get into the meat of the show. I'm gonna take the time there to say something about Oliver, because I think he was misunderstood by a lot of people. So
Yep, totally.
Anyway,
I can start it off because I follow when I follow players, I be knowing a lot of, like, because I be watching a lot of obscure games, especially like when I was in high school, and I'm following a lot of players and whatnot. And so my first question is,
wait. One last thing, John. I got you. I want you to give Tracy a little bit of background on you because, like me and Lamont can talk basketball but guess what, Tracy? He played on the big level AAU too, so he's gonna know a lot about what you and Cam do, but also he gonna know a lot about what we're gonna speak the same language. You feel me? Because he's gonna do that. So tell him a little bit about yourself, Lamont.
Oh, did you say me or A Johnny?
Yeah, you.
Hey, look, man, I'm just me. This is me and my co-host right here. You see GOAT James Kingdom. You see the logo right here, GJK, and these other guys up here are content creators as well. We all are into the game of basketball. That's how we all came together. And as far as just our individual experience, I know Herm is played at a collegiate level. I know I've played at the collegiate level, and I coach now at the collegiate level. And so, really over the course of the pandemic, I started creating content, and it kind of just took off, right? It started getting a little bit bigger than I thought it would get. And that was thanks to Herm and other people on other platforms. And that's what kind of turned FYF into what it is today. And then I ended up partnering up with GOAT James Kingdom, as you can see right here. And that was a good partnership right there. So we kind of merged platforms to a certain degree. We came over to TikTok, and I was kind of unaware of, I don't want to say how crazy the basketball takes can be over here, but it's just as crazy it was getting you on this panel. That's how crazy some of these takes are. You're gonna hear some of them today. But we just really trying to come to clean up this the basketball takes that we hear. I mean, we hear a lot of bad basketball takes, and it was just funny because just even last week, Sharone was just on the panel. He didn't, when Sharone comes on, he don't say who he is. He don't say nothing. He just joins. And it was a guy talking about Michael Jordan, really talking about Jordan on a personal level, trying to tell people what Jordan did do, what Jordan didn't do, and Sharone just sitting there. And this dude was saying all this stuff from like he was in the locker room with Jordan, and Sharone just sitting there like, what is this dude talking about, man? And that's what we deal with on this platform, man. We just hear people who, they give out so much misinformation. They will misdirect people. And then so when we bring basketball players on, like real basketball players on, we can talk real basketball, and we can hopefully clean up the discourse, man, on how the game is talked. And because both of y'all were part of the transition. Mm-hmm. And so that's why I like talking to the players that maybe were on that borderline of being 90s players, but then kind of grew into the 2000s. So y'all started to see the transition, or y'all played through the transition a little bit. And that's one of the reasons why I like having players who endured that transition, because it seems like you guys are a little bit more relatable to the new players. Like you willing to give flowers to the new guys and not just trying to tear them down. And that's what we see. Right? Yeah. We see a lot of people just tearing down. Like this guy in the chat. We have a couple people in the chat, the Eddie guy. Just I don't get it. But Tracy, I got to ask you this question, man. And the only reason why I'm asking you this question, Tracy, and I know this question is going to hit home a little bit, right? But we hear this thing on TikTok. They always tell us that the most important thing in the game of basketball, over defense, over everything, over chemistry, is scoring. And when I followed you, because I collected basketball cards, and I remember when I was collecting basketball cards on back of one of them basketball cards, it said that you dropped 64 in a high school game. I think it's the state title game. Yep. But y'all took the L. Yep. Y'all took the L, man. How the hell did y'all lose this game? You dropped 64, man. What the hell happened, man? And again, it ties into the larger conversation where people talk about scoring is the most important thing. And you dropped 64 and y'all couldn't pull through, man. What happened, man? Yeah, you got to give me the insider on this, man.
I played against 4 D1 guys and a future Dallas Cowboy. And on my team, it was just me. So, it's like I fought the good fight. This team was in the championship the year before. So they took an L the year before. So they're coming back as seniors. And we only had 2 seniors. So there was no way that they were going to allow one person to beat them. It wasn't going to happen. I had 64 to 83 points. they scored 89. You know, and that's all it takes, right? I mean, you got to get the second guy, the guy that gives the most production other than me. He got low bridge in the first quarter of the game, and he was never the same. He fell on his back. He was done. He limped up and down the court the whole time. But that was the only one that wasn't really scared of the moment. The rest of these cats on my team never been there. So they don't even play. They didn't even play AAU. So they didn't know what, you know, the bright lights felt like. So it was different. And when I looked around in the locker room and I saw everybody's eyes, I was like, well, I'm by myself. I already knew it. So, you know, you can't. There's no one person that can beat a whole team. And I scored 64 twice that year. Once was in 3 quarters. I averaged 44 a game in a 32-minute game. And we only lost 3 times that year, but we lost the most important games that had multiple guys on the team that can play. You know, so, you know, and that's and I'm talking about multiple college players on the team. I lost to Brian Russell and Ray O's in the sectional championship. They were on the same team, and they had another dude, Carlos Duz, was a point guard in college as well. So 3 D1 guys and 2 pros. So came back and beat them in the state playoffs. My coach was really good, so he knew some adjustments to make. Then we played Dominguez. We beat them. They had 3 or 4 D1 guys. Then we went to the state championship and got beat. You know, and there was a guard that went, one of the twins. He went for 36. They had another guy that was a wing player that went for 21, I believe. And then the rest of them just rebounded, played defense, hit me whenever they could. You know, it was, you know, they wore me out. They wore me out. And they deserved to win because they were the better team.
Damn. Do you ever compare that, or did you take anything from that 64-point loss and incorporate that when you dropped 50 in the league, right? Did any of that carry over?
Yeah, it did carry over because the 50 against Golden State was in the same building I lost to and scored the 64. So I was familiar with the building, but this time, you know, and when I walked in as a Wizard that night, you know, every time I walked in that building, the ushers will always be messing with me. No 64 tonight, no 64 tonight. And you know, so I would always feel comfortable in that building because they remember what happened. That night, there was a couple of motivations. Number one, I had just got done shooting in the 3-point contest. So I kind of felt like an all-star being part of All-Star Weekend, even though I wasn't. You know, you just feel you got this different bounce to your step, the different confidence. Then now I'm walking into a building in which I had 64 in. We're playing a shorthanded Golden State Warriors, and we're also shorthanded. So I knew if I made a mistake, I wasn't coming out the game. So, you know, when you feel that comfortable and you know that you're going to be out there and you know you're not going to be looking over your shoulder to if the buzzer ring, you know, you feel comfortable. And then the number one most motivating part of that game was me and PJ Carlissimo, and we're cool now, but that's the reason why I got traded out of Portland. We kind of got into it. And, you know, I swore if I ever saw him again that I was going to make them pay. And he was the head coach of Golden State at the time. It was right a little bit after the Sprewell situation. So, but I felt a certain way about him, so I was extra motivated. And then, you know, we talk about 50 points and all of that going into the same building. I mean, I also knew the importance of having a great point guard. Rod Strickland was incredible that night. His triple-double that night, 22 points, 20 assists, and 12 rebounds. That was a monster triple-double, bro. So we did that on the same night together. He gave me my best night, and he had a hell of a night for himself as a pro. So, you know the importance of having great teammates, you know, and guys that can play, guys that you know that you can count on. In high school, I only had one guy I can count on, and he got hurt.
And that's how it goes sometimes, y'all. If you ain't got the
Yep.
guns with you, if you ain't got enough at certain levels, it's over with. I don't care how good you is. And
Facts.
that's just how basketball is. You can't outscore an entire team. Good luck trying.
Nope.
It's hard. Hold on. I want to go to inside. I saw you, but I want to go to Ajani first, man. You know, the co-host. Let me go to Ajani real quick because I know he got a lot of questions. I know he heard
Appreciate
that
that.
answer. What you got for us, Ajani, man?
Yeah. Appreciate. Hey, thanks, Sharone, and obviously Tracy for showing up tonight for this conversation. I just wanted to discuss that. Being that Lamont mentioned you scored 64 points and you was an elite first option coming into the league. Sharone explained the sacrifices players have to make to be a part of an NBA roster and to play in the NBA. Can you explain your transition from being an elite first option to having to learn a new adjustment, a new role coming into the NBA to be a professional athlete as long as you were able to play in the NBA?
That's a heck of a question because a lot of people don't understand the adjustments that has to be made. Because when you're coming into the NBA, everybody's great. Everybody was that number one option in high school. They're that number 1, 2 option in college. You know, and some were great enough to come right from high school to the NBA. So when you have that much talent, everybody can score. Everybody is capable of putting up tremendous numbers on certain nights because everybody is that good. There is a sacrifice that you have to make in order to play in the NBA, you know, and one thing about me, all of my deficiencies showed up when I got on that level. When I was in high school and college, I only guarded 4 and 5 men. Now I have to get out there and move my feet against Tracy McGrady, Grant Hill, and Scottie Pippen. I've never played on the perimeter before. So it took me 3 years to figure out how to guard somebody on the perimeter and the defensive schemes that they wanted me to do. After that, I mean, I always could score on that level, but defensively is where I had to catch up at. If I can contain a person for a couple of dribbles, the help will be there. But if there were blow-bys, there was nothing that they can do, you know, to help me. So I had to individually work on that part of it, getting stronger, getting more athletic, learning how to put the ball on the floor where it made sense, not just dribbling in one spot for 20 dribbles to try to ISO somebody. You know, the point guard gets to dribble that much. The wing guys, you got 3-4 dribbles to make it happen, or else it's not going to happen. So I had to really learn the game as a pro before I really got on the floor on a consistent basis. And then once you do learn, you got to understand who the men are too. You can't overstep who those guys are. You know,
Sure
no,
can.
because they're getting paid millions and millions of dollars to shoot 20 to 25 shots a game. You can't come off the bench or be a starter and shoot more than them. Now you're overstepping the pecking order. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing that, and Sharone can definitely speak on that one. You have to fall in line pretty much. You know, if it's for you to shoot that much, then it's for you. You know, most lottery picks get that freedom. You know, I don't think Sharone got that freedom in Philly, but most lottery picks get that freedom right away to kind of, especially in this day and age, to come out there and shoot the ball, man. You know, but we came up in a different era where we had to start on the bench and kind of earn our way.
Yeah.
And we got insight. What
Okay,
you got for us?
and so you know that's a great insight. That's great insight. Appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
No, I was saying that was great insight because it was kind of tailing in to Lamont's conversation about whether, you know, how important it is to just be a scorer. But obviously, from what you're saying, there's more to the game than just being a scorer.
Yep.
Coming into the NBA, you gotta have a variety of skills to be able to last a very long time in the NBA, not just be a great scorer. So that was great. That was great.
And Sharone can also tell you this: it's not just what you do on the court; it's also what you do off the court. You know what I mean? You have to do your appearances. You have to, you know, do your, if you have some things that the office wants you to go to represent the organization, you have to go do that. You know, sign your autographs, take your pictures. There are things that you may not feel like doing sometimes. it's part of selling the game of basketball. You have to do it because it is a business. And for those who don't understand that part of it, they don't last very long. So you have to understand the business side of it as well, because playing is only a small part of it. Selling the game of basketball is the bigger part. You got to be able to put butts in seats.
And to even go there, to go further with that, I'm gonna interject right quick. When we first got to Toronto, one of our main goals was to be in the community. Right. So we were doing when you got a new franchise to a new country, we were doing clinics and camps like every week. Man. We had a dude named Al Quantz who had us. We were in Scarborough, Mississauga, London. We were in Barrie. We was in those places. Man. And guess who the little kids were? Jamal McGlure, Andrew Wiggins, the kid that plays point guard at Denver, Jamal Murray. Those are those kids. We knew those kids.
Dylan Brooks was at one of mine.
Those are the kids. We knew those kids, and we knew. So we paved the way for those kids to start, getting recruited and all that. Because before us, they weren't on the map nowhere.
Yep.
Can I ask y'all both something?
They didn't even know if they can do it. It was a hockey town. Baseball was there, but they never been around NBA players. They never knew it was possible to make the NBA because they were in Canada. They were away from the NBA, man. So they didn't know it was possible.
Yeah. Y'all both. So, and Inside, I'm gonna come right to you next. I only got to ask this because they brought up the climate in Toronto.
Oh,
if I'm correct, when y'all started playing in Toronto, I don't even know if Toronto is ready for basketball, because didn't they have y'all playing out of a baseball stadium to start?
Yeah, the Sky Dome.
Yeah, the Sky Dome. So you guys, did y'all feel like Toronto was even a basketball ready city? Like, was they ready for the game of basketball, or was part of the adjustment? As far as incorporating Toronto, did you guys have to sell basketball to the city?
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, it's a combination of both. Mm-hmm. I played on the 91 Pan American team, so a couple of our practice games was up there in Toronto, and they were preparing for the NBA then. We played in the Sky Dome for those practice games, and they had the setup already the way they wanted it in the Sky Dome. And Sharone, I tell you what, practices were cold. It was cold for practice.
Yeah, well, hell yeah.
Oh, it was really cold. We had beanies on. We had our sweats on. But most of the time, we were practicing at Glendon College, Sharone?
Yeah.
But when we were in that Sky Dome practicing, it was cold in there. But other than that, man, the whole setup, they set it up, the best way they could. And they had plans to move to the Air Canada Center. I know you remember that model that was on the desk, Sharone.
Yeah, I remember.
Yep. They had a model of what the Air Canada Center was going to look like.
Yeah, they were just in the beginning stages of it at that time. But we played in the Sky Dome, and I lived in the Sky Dome. I know Tracy did too for a minute.
Yep.
We lived in the Sky Dome, and I was not right. Man, I was lifting weights with Boomer Wells every day. I was with Roger Clemens. Y'all know those guys, David Wells, Roberto Alomar. I was with those guys all the time. We were with them. Joe Carter. Yep. We were with those guys every day, man. We were eating with them and whatever. So that's a fun fact tidbit right there. But they were trying to be ready. They weren't ready, but they were trying to be ready. But it was up to us to take it to the next level. Like I said, we had a real good community PR guy named Al Quantz and Elaine Quan. They were all of us. We had so many appearances, but that's what it really took. When you got grassroots, we had to be grassroots, basically.
Yep. We were up and down Eastern Canada. I don't care where it was. I don't care if it was Nova Scotia. I don't care if it was Montreal. We were there. We were up and down Eastern Canada. It was a player, the Raptor, and 6 dance pack members. And we would pile up in a van and go. If we had to hit the plane, then we hit the plane. But we were up and down Eastern Canada selling the game of basketball those first couple of years.
All of our preseason games were on the East Coast of Canada. All of them. Sure were.
Saskatoon, all of that, bro. It was like it was everywhere.
The
But now
struggles
you
of a
look
expansion
at
team.
why Vancouver. You look at why Vancouver didn't last, and you look at why the Raptors last. Is because of the plans to go up and market to everybody. You know, basketball's in town. Follow these guys. This is who's taking us to the next level, and it helped that Damon Stoudemire got Rookie of the Year. That helped. It helped that we beat the 72-10 Chicago Bulls, which is, in my opinion, the best team in history. It was also helped that we beat the Eastern Conference champions from the year before, Orlando Magic, with Shaq and Penny and D. Scott and all of them. We beat them. We also beat the Western Conference champions, Seattle Supersonics.
Supersonics, yeah, we beat Sean Kemp and them.
Yeah, so we beat some teams that year. We wasn't going to win them all. We were an expansion team. We wasn't supposed to. But we provided some excitement. I think the biggest thing, and we didn't touch on this, Sharone and Lamont, we didn't touch on this. Where they weren't ready for us at was in the media. Because when we look at, they had TSN. We were used to ESPN. So when they recapped or talked about Toronto Raptor basketball, we were behind the Blue Jays, the Argonauts, we're behind curling, we're behind all kind of winter sports. And then the last 5 minutes, by the way, the Raptors played tonight, and this was the score. So we had some work to do.
Yeah, we have.
That's crazy right there. And now TSN is much bigger now. Now you see TSN all over the place, which is crazy, man. Now it was. I didn't hear about it. Inside, I know you had something inside. I could ask these dudes questions all day, man. I could cook with them all day.
I know I got some.
Hey,
too,
we got time.
Man. Inside,
Salute.
what you got?
Salute, Mr. Murray. I wanted to ask you a question. The first question I asked Mr. Sharone the first time I interacted with him, who was like your veteran or veterans that really brought you into the league? And then the second part of my question is, who's a player whose impact is a lot different when you're actually on the court with them versus what we see on TV?
Okay, my vet was Clyde Drexler, and he didn't have to be, bro. He's, top 50 players ever played the game. He was on Dream Team 1, but he saw something in me to where he put his arm around me and made sure I was good. When the trade happened in Portland, he made sure I was in the trade with him to go to Houston. So he looked out for me on so many fronts at the beginning of my career that I can't thank him enough. Magic Johnson was my vet while I was in college because we worked out with the Lakers a lot up at the UCLA run. So he was running everything. I got a lot of insight from him back then. And Michael Cooper, I grew up in his camps. So, I was always around some pros. And then it helped. It's almost like they kind of, here's the baton. The next person mentored this guy. You know what I mean? And after Clyde, it was Isaiah when I got to Toronto. And then, after that, it's always been Isaiah after that. Even when I left, he was always there to pick up a phone and talk, But yeah, I mean, that was my vets. Now, when you think of people that is more of an impact than it's seen on the court, I think a lot of people, even though he's a Hall of Famer, a lot of people didn't know how good Vince Carter was. Like, this dude, he could have been, like, if he had Michael and Kobe's mentality, like, athleticism-wise, they couldn't touch him.
Yeah.
Skill-wise, he just kept getting better and better. I mean, I saw him score some easy 50-point games. It was easy. Like, nobody could guard him. But he didn't have the same, like, killer mentality. I'm going to slice you up and go at you. You know what I mean? He didn't have – it's like he would have fun and joke with you on the court, And then as soon as somebody hit him hard and knock him on the floor or something, then that's when he get mad and he'll run off like 15 straight. And I was like, man, if you ever played Mad the whole time, like, it would be incredible. He was just that gifted, that talented, that athletic. Like, he just didn't have the I'm going to kill you mentality unless you, like, tried to beat him up or something.
Yeah, he was.
He was incredible, man. Incredible. Some of the stuff I saw in practice was ridiculous, bro.
Me too.
I know.
Me too. I know.
Well, thank you for that. I appreciate that.
No problem. Hey, there's one thing I wanted to say too. I wanted to apologize for everybody on here, man. It took me a while to get on. I didn't know what I was doing. I just wanted to apologize to everybody that's on here.
Oh man, you don't have to.
Man, it's all good, bro.
It's part of this platform.
They gotta apologize. These are just TikTokers. They're just TikTokers. Don't worry, they'll be fine. They'll be over it.
No, but I respect them, though.
I
I respect anything I don't know how to do. You know what I'm saying? So I was struggling with TikTok. I respect everybody that's on here, man.
Tracy, I'm gonna introduce you to my guy Herm. Herm, a real good dude, man, a real basketball fan. Okay. Go ahead, Herm.
Salute to you, Tracy, man. I look at your college career, especially what you did your junior year, averaging over 20, a little over 21, shooting over 50% from three, man. I feel like you was kind of ahead of your time for us being the lethal three-point shooter. How you think your game would have translated if you actually played in this era, knowing that you was a three-point specialist at your time playing?
I think I would be valued more in this era because shooting is such a premium and there's such an emphasis that, you know, instead of making a couple of million a year, now I'm up there making, you know, close to 50, 60, 70, 80 million now because of the fact that shooting is such a premium now. You know, I was born in the wrong era for earning money, but I felt like I was born in the right era of playing against some of the dudes I played against. It was just incredible. I played from the Magic Johnson era to the LeBron James era. So I played in a pretty doggone good era. You know what I mean? And Sharone can tell you, we saw some of the old greats, and then we saw the new superstars coming up. You know, I came in LeBron's last year. So, I mean, his first year, excuse me. So I saw a whole spectrum of talent, you know, and that's why when everybody get on these GOAT talks, it drives me crazy, bro, because you can't compare eras, man. You can't, because there's different rules for different eras. There was different rules when Wilt Chamberlain played and Bill Russell played than when Kareem played. And it was different eras. Like, shit, they outlawed dunking. Kareem couldn't dunk. So they outlawed and put in different rules at different times. So you can't compare eras and compare, you know, say this guy's the GOAT over this guy, because it's different rules, man. It's different rules. They allow a little bit more traveling and freedom with moving your feet nowadays. And I remember I was Rod Strickland's teammate for 6.5 years. He did a Euro step, and they used to call traveling on him. And he's like, what did I do? It's just, you know, but Euro is allowed all the time now. And you got to thank Ginobili for that. You know, they put in rules for some of these Europeans to come in here and succeed. So it's different rules, man. And that's why, you know, I think the great players, they transcend eras. They can play in any era, all the great players. But to say one is better than the other one because of this, that, and the other, I think it's different because there's rules, man. Like, I can't picture Michael Jordan being in this era where they barely let you touch him. Could you imagine that? He was getting clotheslined, right? Now you can't. Now you have to, you know, you can't hand check, you can't touch. Could you imagine guarding Michael Jordan or Vince Carter or Kobe? Kobe had a little bit of this era. But imagine guarding those guys, and you can't form them. You can't. There were some dudes that used to use 2 hand checks back in the day. Derek Harper used to control you with one hand, like you can't do that in this era, and it's tough. Like I'm not going to ever disrespect this era because there's some things that this era can do that's unbelievable. The way they move, the jump, they're creative with their dribbles. Steph Curry took shooting to another level. I mean, these guys are super talented and creative in how they score the basketball nowadays. So I can't take nothing from this era either. So that's why I'm saying it's hard to say who the GOAT is, man, because no one can stop Kareem's skyhook. Who could do that? No one. Magic Johnson was great. Larry Bird, no one talks about him, but that dude, man, at 6'9", he did it all. I mean, you looking at Luka Doncic or Dirk Nowitzki, that's Larry Bird. So I mean, we didn't even talk about Pistol Pete, some of the things he did. Iceman Gervin. Dr. J was on people's mind all the time. And then you go look to this era, you look at what Kyrie's doing. I mean, LeBron, just go down the list. There are dudes that are great, man. So greatness is not defined by if you're the GOAT or not. I think there's a bunch of them.
I agree. And I got to ask you this one, too. Why you think the 72-10 Bulls is the best team ever put together, in your opinion?
Because we beat them.
Hey, no, the reason why I think so is because, as I say again, it was the physicality that was allowed back then. If you was to have that same physicality where you weren't allowed to let people run now, and I'm not saying Curry wouldn't be as good. He will probably figure it out somehow. But he's able to run around without dudes touching him up. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if we I hated when they ran the floppy play and I had to run my ass through the middle, man. I would get touched up. Reggie Miller would get touched up. I mean, those dudes were strong, man. I hated getting hit by Oak. I hated getting hit by Mason. I hated getting hit by Ewing. You can't do that in today's era. They've been letting them get away with some stuff in the playoffs lately. The playoffs have gotten physical lately. But it's like I just can't. I'm looking at matchups too, man. It's like I don't think Draymond can keep Rodman off the boards. It's like there's a few things, man. That I mean, Michael, who was going to stop him? It wasn't like Golden State. They played defense, but not like that. Not stopping Michael like that.
Thank you. I tell them all the time, Trace. They don't understand.
But I'm gonna say this too. I'm gonna say this too, Sharone. Put the Bulls in this era, they may not win because it's the rules. It's the rules, bro. It's the rules. If you're able to allow Steph to run, it's hard to keep up with him. And then you put Michael in his era, the game is a little bit slower. It's not 125, it's 80 something, and everything is running through him in the triangle. He got a lot of space to work with. You got a versatile Scottie Pippen. You got a versatile Ron Harper who can guard anybody. Their bench, they had a bunch of – now their bigs, in my opinion, wasn't going to hurt you offensively, but they had 6 fouls, and they were going to hit you. They were big. They were big. They would hit you. Luke Longley would put you on your ass. Bill Winnington would put you on your ass. Tony Kukoc was really good. Like, they had some really – and Tony was 6'11". People they underestimate how tall Tony was. They were a really big team. It's like Michael was a 6'6", strong two guard. Now, they didn't have a true point guard, but you don't need that for the triangle.
The triangle, sure don't.
Right, you don't need it. That's why they had Ron Harper run it. If they want to go big, Ron's going to be the point. Mike will be the 2, Scotty the 3. And then you got Rodman and Winnington and whoever else you want to put in there. It's like this.
Yeah, they'll throw Kukoc in there too.
Yeah, if they wanted to go smaller, they throw Kukoc in there. And he had an advantage on any big because he can put the ball on the floor. So it was a, you know, I just look at, okay, Thompson's a weapon, Curry's a weapon. They had what Iguodala was there, Livingston did well for them. The Draymond Rodman matchup would have been interesting. It would have been funny to watch those two go at it, you know, with their antics and stuff. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, they both kind of cancel each other out. Yeah, Draymond makes plays, but Rodman's not going to let you make plays. He's a good defender. So
Very good defender.
Very good defender. You know, so it can go either way, man. If you talk, it depends on which rule you're playing.
And they also kind of plugged and play guys. Like, for instance, I tell people all the time how good Brian Williams was, man. I know you played against him in college, man. That was one strong motherfucker there, bro. That motherfucker there, boy. We talking about Bison Daly, guys.
Bison Daly.
Brian Williams.
Yeah, he was a monster. In college, he was a monster, bro.
Monster, dog.
And he was a number 2 pick for a reason. He was a monster in college, but then at the same time, like I said earlier, bro, like depending on what team you go to and how they use you, you know, you may not be that monster in the league. So, but yeah, I mean, I think that kind of drove him crazy too. And rest in peace to him. You know, it's like I was on summer league teams with him and watch him kill people, and you know, for him not to be able to do what he normally does, I'm sure that bothered him mentally too, because he had, you know, some stuff mentally that was going on with him at the time too.
Hey, how did you so you kind of, your style of play, I would probably say you were maybe one of the first like advents of like a stretch 4, if it's something to that degree. And at the time that you came in the game, right, when it was expected for 4s and 5s to be in the paint and rebounding and doing all the post work at the rim, did you have to deal with? There was kind of a 2-part question. Did you have to deal with shaking and proving to people, you know, the mantra that just because you were attacking from the outside in, you were perimeter based 4? Did you have to shake the connotation that you could potentially have been looked at as like a soft player because you weren't traditional? You know what I mean?
Well, I was never, you know, I'm not 6'10", so you know, the power forwards are anywhere from 6'9" to 6'11". I'm not that tall, so I was always, you know, in the most small forwards I guarded was my size or a little bit taller. Of course, I wasn't as athletic as they were, so I had to do things to kind of slow them down, maybe bump them a little bit, and then try to trail my way around. But in high school and college, I mean, you can't just score 44 standing behind the 3-point line. I was a post-up guy. I was a good offensive rebounder in high school and college. I played a lot in the post in high school and college. But when I got in the league, they stuck me in the corner, you know, or they'll run the floppy for me. And then that would be how I would get stuff. But with Toronto, and I don't know if you remember this, Sharone, they used sometimes when Doug come out when Damon come out the game, or when Damon was injured, they would put Doug Christie at the point. I would be at the 2. They had Carlos at the 3, Rogers, and he's 6'11". They had Sharone, and then they had Oliver. So we were kind of big, and I would be playing the 2. And remember when we run that blast down action when I run off the top of the screen and run down into a post with a smaller guy? Yeah. You know, or I run down and then come back up off your screen up at the top for the 3. So I played that was the only year that I played any 2. And it was effective. I didn't play any 4, and I played majority 3 in the league.
If I may ask Tracy, you stated the differences in the rules in the NBA from when you played and all the other different eras. You also came into an era where they added the zone defense and eliminated the illegal defensive rules. Could you explain how that impacted players, such as yourself and other players, depending on their play style and the actual overall gameplay? Obviously guys like Shaq were affected due to the fact that now you can double team Shaq without the ball. Can you explain how the transition went from the illegal defense rules to the zone defense, which you were a part of that transition? You was in the league at that time.
Okay, I mean, I think the difference is like there are so many guys that can shoot 3-pointers nowadays because they still run some zone nowadays too. It's just expanded. You have to expand it a little bit more, or else you're gonna get dotted in the eye for 3. But there was more emphasis, and Sharone can chime in on this too. There was more emphasis, and that's probably the reason why I didn't play my first 3 years. There was more emphasis on defense. Getting stops, defense wins championships, and all of those slogans and everything. But they got tired of 89 to 90, and it wasn't so much guys were bad offensive players. It was the emphasis was on defense. The schemes was to clog the paint. And so they changed the rules to expand that. I think when you got guys like Shaq in there and you don't have a bunch of guys around him, he's already unstoppable, but shoot, add him one-on-one with no one close. It's unfair. But that's what I mean by the rules are different, man. It's like, imagine Allen Iverson you're seeing that with Kyrie, right? It's like there's no one can guard Kyrie, and if you get physical with him, he has some slick stuff to get you up off of him. And same thing with AI. They have slick stuff to get you up off of them. But imagine them when you can't touch them compared to when you can touch them.
So I'm assuming that you prefer the illegal defensive rules over the non-illegal defense rules. Am I correct by saying that?
I could have played. I could have played in the era. So I mean, I just felt like maybe I had a little bit more help with when you clog the paint a little bit. I think I'm a better defender with that type of defense because the way they have everybody spread it out now. Boy, you got to move your feet. You got to move. If you don't move, you might be coming right out.
So now the follow-up question is that would you rather have an elite rim protector on your team as a defender, or would you rather just have an elite wing defender? Which one is better to have for defensive? A rim protector or somebody who's a great wing defender? We got to ask.
I mean, I had nothing but elite rim protectors behind me. I had Hakeem Olajuwon behind me. I had Oliver Miller and Sharone behind me. Even AC Earl came in when you guys were tired, and he can block some shots. So if you can have
Kevin Duckworth.
Yeah, man, if you can have some rim in my era where there was mid-range, you need a rim protector because now it's so spread out. You need more elite perimeter defenders now in today's basketball.
Say it.
Because everything's so spread out, and the bigs, they dribble handoff until they get to the big. The big need to, like Kevin Duckworth was struggling today's, God rest his soul, in today's basketball because they're going to dribble handoff until they get to him.
Yep.
And now he's going to have to, deal with all of this, and that's where it's different, in today's, you need more elite perimeter defenders. Back then, where it wasn't so much a 3-point attack, you needed more rim protectors.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Hey Trace, I'm gonna interject right quick. I'm every time me and Tracy talk, and we've had these conversations on the bus or the plane.
Yep.
I guess you guys should remember that Tracy he's older than me, and so his teams at UCLA made me want to go to UCLA. The team that he had his sophomore and junior year, and even your senior year, were I think those classes were probably the best classes I've ever seen. So run those down for them, Tracy, about people that on your teams.
My junior year at UCLA, we had 10 NBA guys on one team. We had Derek Martin, Gerald Matkins, Mitchell Butler, Tyus Edney, Ed O'Bannon, myself, Don McClain, Rodney Zimmerman played a year, Keith Owens played a year. Who's the other one I'm missing? I'm missing one more. Oh, Richard Petruska. George Zedek. So
what about the dude?
Petruska was on red shirt, and Zedek was the 10th guy. So we had 10 NBA guys.
What about Sean?
John Tarver didn't even make the NBA. He's the most talented guy on our team.
He's the most talented player y'all had.
The most talented player on our team didn't make the NBA because he didn't understand basketball IQ stuff. Because, hey, talking about a 30, 40-point scorer, he was that guy. Talking about lock a guy down one-on-one, he was that guy. 6'5", wiry, strong, extra long arms, athletic, could score. He had three-point range, can get to the cup and dunk on you, had mid-range. He was really crafty. He just didn't understand the team aspect of basketball, making a play for others, or defensive rotations. He didn't understand that type of stuff. He's like, I got my man. You need to move your feet. You know what I'm saying? So I got my man. You get yours. You guard your man. So that's what he didn't understand about, high level defenses and high level playing. He was one of the best, most talented players I ever played with.
Talk about that top 5 team with the Eminem boys with you and Don.
That was the team.
Yeah.
That was the team. That was it. I mean, me and Don averaged 21 a game. You're getting 42 points from 2 people. So let's break it down like this. We had Ed O'Bannon, who was a McDonald's All-American. I was a McDonald's All-American. Mitchell Butler was a McDonald's All-American, 89 with me. Derek Martin was McDonald's All-American with Don McClain. You had Ed O'Bannon, who was a McDonald's All-American. So we have 5 McDonald's All-Americans, maybe 6. You had Ed was a lottery pick. I was first round. Don was first round.
Tyus Edney played in the playoffs with Sacramento.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I mean, bro, we had dudes. It was just so hard to win. You know what we were missing? We were missing you, Sharone. We're missing you.
Well, y'all also had to play against
I had to guard the center.
Yeah, y'all didn't have rebounders, man. Y'all didn't have
I had to guard the center. I had to guard the center, bro. I'm 6'7". I can't guard the center. I was guarding, big dudes. Like, I can't do nothing against them.
Yeah, and y'all had to play against that Tucson skyline, man.
And I had to guard Ed Stokes. I had to guard Brian Williams. I had to guard Sean Rooks. 6'11", 7'1". I had to guard that.
Rest in peace to Wook, man.
Yeah, and that's my brother from another mother right there. You thought Oliver was closer. Rooks, Wook is another one that was extremely close to me, bro. It's like I lost two brothers at the stature of me and you, bro.
No doubt. But that team had Kenny Lofton on that team.
Bro, they had Sean Elliott. They had
Kenny Lofton,
Bushler. They had Damon. Had Khalid Reeves. They had Steve Kerr. They had a heck of a run, bro.
Tom Tolbert.
Tom Tolbert. Man, bro, they had Anthony Cook. They had a run.
Chris Mills.
They had Chris Mills. Later. How can I forget my brother? Chris Mills. They had a run of dudes come through there and go to the league, bro.
So
I got a question though. What was the year that you felt you guys should have won, but end up losing for us in that tournament, for us NCAA tournament?
That year we were number 1, number 2. We dropped that probably at the lowest, number 5. That year, we had a bad stretch. Like, we beat Indiana at the beginning of the season. It's hard to beat Bobby Knight twice in one season. And they made some adjustments.
Oh yeah, I did lose to them in '92.
Oh, we got our ass whooped by them.
Yeah,
They whooped our ass and didn't stop. They took Calvert Chaney off of me because I was bigger than Calvert at the time. So they took Calvert Chaney, and Calvert's a great defender, by the way. They took Calvert off of me and put Allen Henderson on me. So now they got a 6'10" guy that I can't post up. They put Matt Nover on Don to be more physical and beat him up. They denied the high post pass, which killed our duck in on the weak side for the post up. They denied the swing pass and kept the ball on one side of the court. So me and Don didn't touch the ball very much. They took us, they slowed the game down and took us completely out of it. They jumped on our ass and did not look back.
So you left early, a year early to the NBA,
yep.
right? And so was that decision, because I think you might have had an opportunity to play the Fab Five if you stayed. Am I talking about the
If I stayed, I would have played them. Yep.
Now,
I would have played them.
It's like when making that decision to leave early, did it just strictly come down to just the business side of things, draft position and things like that? Just the opportunity is there, or like what went into you making that decision to go to the NBA and not stay that extra year in college?
So when I was 14 years old, I had a hip surgery, and they told me I'll never play again. So, when you find a doctor that picks you back up, and then you work your way to that point, you think about it, right? I was on the '91 Pan American team. We lost, and they brought in the Dream Team. So that killed my Olympic chances. So that was first and foremost. I wanted to be on the Olympic team. School wasn't my favorite thing, especially at UCLA. It was really competitive in the classroom at UCLA. You really had to go to class, you really had to focus, and you really had to get the grade, or else I was subject to dismissal there. I was almost kicked out of UCLA. So I had to get my academics together. And it's hard there. UC systems are very, very competitive. It's almost like they're Ivy League. So that's what I was dealing with at UCLA academically. We kept talking to Shaq. Me, Jimmy Jackson, and Harold Miner, we kept talking to Shaq, and we were wondering when he was leaving, because we knew he was going to get $100 million. So the trickle down was going to be great for anybody in the first round, right? So when Shaq decided he was out, then Jimmy declared, then Harold declared, then I declared. So, it was really business, business, not really liking school, and not being able to be on an Olympic team. And another thing, my best year of having a chance to win the NCAA championship had just passed me with that loss to Indiana. So I didn't see, I can see nothing but my stock going down, if anything, instead of being where it was. So that's when I decided to just make that jump and deal with the consequences.
Yeah, we talk about that a lot.
Tracy, can I ask you, Tracy, can I ask you one question? You once described to me, Terrell Brandon, and Gary Payton the game that you had with Rod Strickland, the 50 points and the easy triple-double by Rod. Can you talk about that game?
That game was crazy, man, because from the tip-off, Rod was going. And Golden State was kind of young. Brian Shaw, Bimbo Coles, those guys didn't play. So, and Joel Smith got going a little bit. Daniel Marshall was on that team. So Rod started clicking with me. I had a dunk. I had a couple fadeaways. I had a couple of threes. And we were rolling. So, we're just like playing. It was almost like playing a pickup game, an organized pickup game out there the way we were playing. And we're playing free. And all of a sudden, we're walking to the locker room at halftime, and all I hear was, damn, this dude got 29 points already. So I'm like, I knew I was cooking, but I didn't know I had 29. I wasn't looking up at the board to see what I had because, you know, you just don't do things like that and offend your teammates, right? So they said I had 29. So I'm like, dang. When you hear you got 29 and a half, what are you thinking about next? You know, because everybody is talking about the ultimate is to get a 50-point game in the league. So I wasn't going to be thirsty and take a bunch of crazy shots. I was still going to play within the flow. So the third quarter come out, I get a couple of buckets. Rod starts going to Calvert a little bit, get Calvert going because we need a balance. Rod was able to still keep going and get his. So Calvert had a big third. Rod was still cooking. And then the fourth quarter came, and it was a tight game. And down the stretch, they kept just trading different defenders on me, and they put Joe on me, took him off. They put Daniel on him, took him off me. They put Dwayne Farrell on me, took him off me. They even put Tony Delk on me. They tried to go small and see if a smaller guy can, and they put centers on me too to try to beat me up. And it just that night it just wasn't working. You know, we were just clicking on all cylinders that night, and I couldn't miss a shot. So and as I say again, it was Calvert who was cooking. It was Rod who had that monster triple double. You know, and you know, I couldn't miss, man. You know, to get 29 shots, that's a lot of shots in the NBA, a lot of shots. And I was 18 for 29, so I had 18 field goals. So, you know, I was 9 of 10 from the free throw line, 5 of 10 from three. So it was, you know, I also had 8 rebounds. So it was a pretty good night, man. And the most important thing out of all of that is we won. It mattered because we won.
Right.
So can I ask one more thing? Can you also talk about the night that David Robinson got the trophy for MVP and you were there and the King? I want you to talk about that, my guy. Talk about that night.
That night was funny, man. That night was really funny because I was on the injured list, so I am further down the bench during the ceremony, and Dream is at the end of the bench, and Kenny Smith is down there too. So all you hear is Kenny Smith saying, "That's your trophy, Dream. He's got your trophy. Look at him. Look at him. He's the MVP." He goes, "Kenny, don't worry about it." Man, from the tip off, I've never seen a Hall of Famer get his ass kicked this bad on the court. Like, Dream took it extremely personal that they gave him that trophy right before the Western Conference Championship, right there in his face when he was the MVP the year before. I mean, he was still having an MVP season. It's just the team wasn't having a good year. You know, that's why they made the trade for Clyde. They needed a shot in the arm. You know, we were the lowest seed in the Western Conference, lowest seed period to ever win an NBA championship. So, I mean, Dream went crazy, man. He gave, like, all of those moves you saw he gave David Robinson was in that series. It was ridiculous. I've never seen in such a small area in the post. I've never seen anybody get killed like that in a small area. And David Robinson was a great defender. Sharone, he was a great defender.
Oh, David,
right?
David was really good. All around, David was good.
Man, agile, long, athletic, block shots, strong. That didn't matter that night, man. It didn't matter that whole series. Dream he averaged about 38, 39, 40 or something. Or I don't remember what it was. It just seemed like it was that bad because it was dominant.
Oh yeah,
it was dominant, bro. I've never seen somebody get turned around so much in a small area, bro. He gave him everything in the kitchen sink.
So
Yeah,
Can I ask you?
talking about that championship run that you guys had there, Tracy. Can you help some of these guys on TikTok understand the role that everybody plays on a roster to win a championship? Because some guys think that someone like yourself have no role or no impact on a championship team. Can you help them understand how, from 1 to 12, there is obvious obligation to help a team win a championship for them to understand it a little bit better? It's not just Hakeem Olajuwon.
Right. So, for example, you have no control over what happens. The one thing Clyde Drexler told me, and it stuck with me throughout my career, is don't worry about things you cannot control. So I had gotten the news before we had like a little mini training camp in Galveston right before the playoffs started, right after the season ended. We had played Utah. I played well that game. I turned my ankle a little bit, but not enough to be left off the roster. So they left me off the playoff roster. So I'm seeing, why am I even here? You know what I'm saying? What if I'm not going to be in uniform? Then what good am I going to be? You know, I'm ready to go home now at this point. You know what I mean? It's like I was frustrated. I was hurt. I was pissed off. There was a whole lot of emotions in my head driving down to Galveston. So Clyde and Dream felt the energy. They felt that I was in a negative state of mind. So, I mean, they knew it was at stake. Clyde didn't have a ring yet. Dream wanted a back-to-back. You know, their legacies was on the line. And they didn't need anything negative out of me or anybody else. So they pulled me to the side and said, look, we need you as much as we needed you in uniform. We need you out of the uniform. We need you right now as a part of this unit. We need you to stay locked in. We need you to be positive. We need you to cheer us on. But most importantly, whoever you are in the scouting report and we're practicing, we need you to be better than that guy. So we can be prepared for it. So that was my role. You go down the list, man. Dream was the superstar. Clyde came in and ended up giving them that boost that they needed, and he became that second guy that they needed. Mario Elie, a super duper role player, man. Like, he was a guy that kind of kept me, even when we were in Portland together. He told me so many gems, man. And and when you're in the same position, you're thinking he's telling me this just to keep me down. But no, he was telling me things to keep me in the league. And I thought Mario Elie was a heck of a mentor for me. And the way he played his roles, he played great defense. He hit big shots. He guarded the best perimeter guy. You know, he made the extra pass. And then that leads me to Robert Horry. Everybody knows what Robert has done his whole career. Robert can give a damn about shooting a basketball, but he will block shots, he will rebound, he will defend, and he will hit the big shot for you. He didn't care about getting a bunch of volume shots, but he got the crucial shots that he knocked down. You know, and he's another guy that could have went out there and averaged, 15, 20 a game. He just chose not to. He chose to be a good, valuable piece to the puzzle. Sam Cassell, he was that punch off the bench, man. You knew you would get an instant offense from him. He was going to come in and he was going to make some plays and he was going to scorch whoever that guard is on the other side. Kenny Smith, in the second half of the season, Kenny, had some ups and downs because he was trying to get used to us being around, right? So, they lost Otis Thorpe, which was a big part of them. And, me and Clyde, nobody was happy we were there. Otis Thorpe was their guy. So, it took a while to get going. But, I mean, Kenny, man, he was dealing with knee issues, but, boy, he found a way to get going. Like, the game that we were down, game 1 to Orlando, those threes that he was hitting to bring us back, and him and Sam Cassell, that was their game. That was the guards' game. They did their thing. Pete Chilcutt, good role player, can knock down the three, bang bodies with the big guys. You know, come in and spare Chucky Brown, who was our starting power forward. You know, Chucky Brown, man, he did all the dirty work. He knocked down mid-range shots, get fouled, get to the line, guarded the best power forwards, physically got after it, set good screen. Like, things don't happen unless these guys do their jobs. Like, we were the first, I think that's why they hired Rudy Tomjanovich with the Lakers as the first person that I knew that got hired for analytics, the way they play nowadays. We were the first team that shot a lot of three-point shots, but we did it from inside out and not outside in. They're doing it off of pick and rolls and dribble handoffs now. We threw it down the dream and allowed people to double team him, and then the ball swung around and somebody was getting open shots. So we were like the first team to really do that type of style of play, but we did it from the inside. So, but everybody, Vernon Maxwell, man, when I was there with him at, you know, while he was like, he left during the Utah series and just said he had enough and he took off. But I understood his frustration, man, because he was a very important part of the championship team. Clyde comes and now he's unclear of what his role is and what they want him to bring to the table. Vernon was a great teammate to me. Vernon, you know, taught me a lot while I was there and while he was on part of the team. And he brought me in and put his arm around me. So Max was – I just wish Max was there the whole time. But Max, you know, he did an excellent job with me and trying to transition as that trade made, because it was a frustrating situation. You know, but Max did the best he could with that. Carl Herrera was hurt when I got there. He had a shoulder dislocation. John Tabak was there with, you know, that was with us in Toronto. Tabak didn't play very much. Yeah. He was young, so they didn't put him in the rotation at all. That's why they brought Charles Jones in. Charles Jones was an older veteran that's been through the wars, and you put him in when Dream needed a break. And you knew that defensively he was going to be there, and he was going to rebound, and he was going to set some good screens. So, you know, that's basically everybody that I remember, man. You know, and Tim Bro was in the situation that I was in. You know, he was a young player trying to prove himself, and he was in street clothes just like I was, and they told him the same thing. Hey, just be the best person that you can be on the other team. Prepare us for who you know, during the scout. And I think that's why at the end of the day, when we won the championship, they awarded Tim Bro and I a full share of the playoff money because we played our position and we did what we needed to do to help them win.
Wow.
Can you tell us some of
the players that they had you as a scout player, like somebody that you had to mimic for them to help them win a championship?
They had me as Dan Marley with Phoenix. I was Dennis Scott with Orlando. I was Brian Russell or David Benoit with Utah Jazz. Sean Elliott with San Antonio.
Okay, so they had you basically as the small forward, helping them understand those guys' roles. Okay, go ahead.
And I was so frustrated that I was trying to do more than those guys.
Go ahead, Inside. I know Inside want to add something. Go ahead, Inside.
Yep.
Go ahead, Inside.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
So
sir.
we can hear you.
Okay.
Hey, Mr. Tracy. So in the 50-point game, I know Jawan was out, and I know Webb was out. Was before the game started? Was the game plan to go to you? And I know we know you could score before, obviously, the 40-point game and stuff like that. But before the game started, was the game plan to go to you, or did that kind of just materialize as you were obviously on fire?
It just materialized. You know, like Strick is a great point guard, bro, and you know, just because he didn't make all-star teams, don't believe, you know, the BS. The reason why Strick didn't make all-star teams because he didn't like doing, you know, the off-the-court stuff, man. You know, he was a hooper, bro. You know what I'm saying? He just wanted to hoop. And you have guys like that they try to force to be the face, and he didn't want to. He just wanted to hoop. He just wanted to be left alone and hoop. And so when you look at, you know, how good Rod Strickland was. He can control a game, bro. He can control it. And when he saw different things, that's why he went to Calvert Chaney in the third. He saw that they were loading up on me, and he can get whatever he want whenever he wants to because he's that good. He just knew who to go to at the right times, bro. It's like with no C Webb and no Jawan, you're missing about 40 points a game right there. You know what I mean? So it's somebody's got to make up for those 40. And then you had no George Mirasan, you had no C Webb, no Tim Legler, no Jawan Howard, no God Sham God, there was a lot of people who were hurt. We had a long list of people who were hurt. We signed Lawrence Moulton, God rest his soul. We signed Lawrence Moulton that day. We only had 7 coming into Golden State. Lawrence Moulton was our 8th. So
Thank you, sir.
We were just hooping. We're just out there just playing.
Hey, you were playing. I appreciate you.
I wanted to ask you about your time with Shaq and Kobe, that environment with Phil Jackson, Shaq and Kobe. Your time with the Lakers, and what was your thought of how great those players was, and Phil Jackson as a coach?
Well, I mean, Phil Jackson as a coach, it speaks for itself. He's got 11 rings. So it doesn't, you can't say much other than that. You know what I mean? Shaq was the most dominant guy. He was still in his prime. Kobe was at the top of his game. The role players, I think, were key because they allowed those guys to be who they were. Robert stretching the floor, Derek Fisher stretching the floor, Rick Fox being in the corner. Brian Shaw been playing with Shaq for years. He knew how to get Shaq the ball in certain places when he hadn't had a touch. He knew how to talk to Kobe when Kobe was frustrated. There were guys on that team. They used Kareem Rush a lot that year. Samaki Walker was the starting power forward. I think he had lost his confidence because of how he was being played. Samaki's one of those guys, if you throw him the ball in the post, he'll get you 20 a game. But when you put him in the triangle, it was something that he wasn't really used to. So he did the best he could with that. Devin George, great role player, man. He played his role. When you have guys that know that offense, it runs like a well-oiled machine, and then you have 2 guys with that much space because the triangle gives you that much space, they're able to be dominant. That's why when you put Pau Gasol in Shaq's place, it was still the same dynamic, but Pau can do more from a passing point of view and playmaking point of view. Pau was more mobile. Shaq was more dominant, go through you and rip the rim off. But you still had the same dynamic with Kobe. So, and you had guys that were capable of hitting big shots night in, night out.
Yeah. I'm gonna get off task for a minute, T. And I love you. I don't want to put you on the spot, but I wanted you to. There's a topic on our show on FYF and with Go James and even with Herm's show. I feel like we just go ahead and nip it in the bud. Let me just go ahead and say, I want you to touch on your relationship with Kobe. I talked to you about this, and I know how hurt you were about this.
Absolutely.
I had talked to you. We had talked that week, and I remember the first thing I did when I got the news was I called you, and then when I talked to you on the phone, that's the first time I heard you just have tears in your voice. Like it hurt you so bad, and that's why when I called you, I just let you. We just sat there for a minute, and then later on that week we talked. But I just wanted these guys on the panel to understand what it was like. I know everybody knows what it was like to get the news, but what it's like for you to be as close as you were to him, a teammate, a brother, a little brother to you, and I knew this, and I had told the guys that being close to his wife and Gigi and the girls. I mean, you know all of them. You're very close to them. So I wanted you to speak on that, you know, and we're gonna leave it at that. I'm just go ahead and let you do that right quick.
Okay, I'm gonna just be honest. I wasn't really close to Vanessa. I stayed away from Vanessa. You know what I mean? Because if you're gonna have any smoke with anybody, it's just always over a female and how they perceive things, and it may not even be that way. So I just stayed away from Vanessa. A couple of highs here and there, just to be respectful, but that's about it. But the girls, man, the girls were always like, especially when I was coaching them. Gigi would fly on the helicopter with him to practice, and she would be in practice, and Natalia would come and be in practice, and sometimes too, man. And just to have them around and see them at the games and stuff, it was always cool to see, the maturation of Kobe Bryant. But me and Kobe's relationship go back to when he broke his arm. His rookie year, Venice Beach. First day in LA, we both had the same agent. Arn Tellem was his agent at the time before he moved him over for what's the name to get him? The GM or Rob.
Palinka.
Before Palinka
Yeah,
got
Palinka.
they're all under Arn Tellem's umbrella. So I was a sponsor that year of the Venice Beach tournament, and they were, they had some dudes in there. Bo Outlaw was playing, James Hollywood Robinson was playing. There was a lot of NBA guys that was playing. Keith Frost was playing. So there was a rumbling around the beach that Kobe was coming up there. I'm like, what's Kobe gonna come up here for? And mind you, I ain't met him yet. So he shows up to the VIP tent. So I start talking to him for a little bit, introduce myself. We had the same agent, so we talked about that for a second. All of a sudden, I see him just start changing. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? I'm about to go hoop. I'm like, Cole, you ain't got nothing to prove. You're a Laker, bro. You don't have nothing to prove out here with anybody. He's like, no, I'm good. So he went out there, and he was the first one to bring that Philly cross, the one that AI got Jordan on. So he was coming up the left side. He rocked him left to this dude. This dude ended up way over there, and then he tried to recover. And Kobe leaned on him, and boom, the beach went crazy. So, the guy played college ball, so he got a little bit of pride. So Kobe tried to rock him again a couple of plays later, and then he went and leaned, and he swept Kobe's legs, and Kobe went down and broke his arm, and he, went to the car, went right to the hospital. So that was my first day, and his first day in LA. That was my first interaction with Kobe, and I knew right then, number one, he loves the game. Number two, he's stubborn as hell. He ain't gonna listen to you. Because I told him don't go out there, but you knew that he loved the game and he was going to be great one day. He had talent. The dude can play. You know what I mean? Now fast forward to Kobe as a player. Yes, he learned from Mike. There was a lot of dialogue there. He worked like Mike. I worked out with Michael during the Space Jam with all the Space Jam pickup.
Me too. I remember. Me too.
Yeah, you were there.
Yeah.
Like, Mike worked his ass off. Kobe wanted to be better than Mike, so imagine how Kobe worked. So I was tired of seeing him, and I was injured. I was coming up in there early to do my treatments on my injuries before I got on the floor. So I'm like, man, I'm going to beat him to the gym, bro. I'm tired of him beating me to the gym. So our practices were at 11. I get there at 8. He's dripping wet, throwing a medicine ball to the ceiling with his trainer, and just looked like he'd been there for hours. So I'm like, all right, tried it at 7 a.m., tried it at 6 a.m. I said, man, I'm not coming at 5. Man, what time did you get here? I said, man, I've been here since 3:30. What? 3:30? He was in the gym every day at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. So now it made sense when he had those 40-point games in a row that year, why he wasn't passing me the ball or anybody else. Shaq was out. And one thing I realized about him, he said, hey, if you're not working as hard as me, I don't trust you. And I don't blame him. As a player, as an older player now looking back, I don't blame him for not passing me the ball because he put in the work and he trusted himself. Now, move forward to coaching him now. It's the last year. Gigi and them are coming around with him to practice. He's there sometimes. He's not. It's a very young crew. You had the D'Angelo Russell, Nick Young thing happen. Lou Williams was on the team. We had Roy Hibbert. We had Brandon Bass. We didn't have, we had a couple of veterans, but Cole's body could not last every game, that last game. But rest assured, and Meta was on the team too. Rest assured, when he played, he was working on his body from the time, if it was on the road, from the time we landed till time to go to the arena. He was constantly with trainers, rehab people, just trying to get him ready to play that game. There were certain games that he wanted to play, and he wanted to play a lot of minutes. And it was a struggle that year. And I would always go to the arena with him early. So we would get up 2 hours worth of shots before anybody else would even get there. So he was a worker, bro. There was nobody that can outwork that dude. And when you add talent with his work ethic, that's why he was as great as what he was, And then to fast forward to the accident. Right before that happened, he had just started coaching his daughter. And he called me and asked, would the triangle offense work in women's basketball? And we laughed about it, but I was like, the girls will do anything you tell them to do. So if you choose to do that, they'll figure it out. You know what I mean? Because they think they'll run through a wall for you. And so we laughed about that, and we talked about Gigi's, progression at the time, and that was right after I had seen him. Natalia was having a volleyball game, a playoff game right around the corner from where I was. The girls was on the track conditioning at Ontario High School. He was at Ontario Christian. So I went over there, I hung out with him during the volleyball game, and that was the last time I saw him, and talked to him about Gigi in the triangle offense probably about a week later. Then I saw a video on Gigi that I sent to him. I was like, man, she's in your bag. She's doing some of the things you're doing. And he was like, yep. That was the last text I got from Kobe. And it was a day that we were playing Oregon that day. We parked. My broadcast partner was going into the arena. I told him, I said, look, I'm gonna run across to this Starbucks. Do you need anything? He was like, no, I'm good. So I get a call from Mark Henry, the WWE superstar. And he's like, bro, please tell me this is not true. I heard about Kobe in a helicopter. And all I had to do was hear Kobe and helicopter. I was like, oh no. So I called Shaq. Shaq didn't know anything. I called Gary Vitti. He didn't pick up the phone. There was rumors that Rick Fox was involved. Rick didn't pick up the phone. So I ended up calling B. Scott. And B. Scott was Kobe's vet. And Byron was like, look, man, I don't know anything either. As soon as I hear something, I'll let you know. And I was like, all right. So I was like, all right, let me get my coffee and go across the street. As soon as I get, because the initial news came from TMZ, and I wasn't trusting TMZ at the time. So I go through security. Now it's on Fox News. Now I'm starting to get nervous By the time I get down the elevator and to the desk and put my bag down, then the ESPN alerts started coming up, and it was true. And I put my stuff down and I walked to that loading dock, man, and I went and sat in that loading dock and cried my eyes out, man. Like, you hate to see, one of your brothers go down like that.
Yeah, man. I remember calling you about it. I mean, that was the only person I could call. I knew Shea, his sister, but I didn't call Shea.
Yep.
But I cried too, man. But I cried for you because I know you guys were close, and I think I know for a fact these things are. You hadn't told anybody this stuff. I can tell because you ain't tell me any of this either. So, but just for my guys right here, for them to understand, hear this from you, that's priceless, man. And I appreciate you, brother.
And let me set the record straight here too, because I wasn't a guy that talked to Kobe all the time and like close to him to the point to where we're always talking. I wasn't that guy. I didn't like bothering anybody. But if I text him or called him or anything, he'll pick up the phone. You know what I mean? So it was almost like, we're still on the team. We'd be talking, you know what I mean? But, I didn't like, I don't want it out there like we're like this because, we weren't like that, but we were teammates. We were up and down the road with each other. Like he was like the first person, one of the first people that met him in LA. That was me. I used to see him and his sisters out all the time. Early Kobe days, and we would all look out for him. You know what I mean? So, my parents and his parents are friends. Before Jelly Bean died, we saw him at the Big Three. Yeah.
My man.
Rest in peace.
Rest
the
in
original.
peace, Jelly Bean.
We saw Jelly Bean at the Big Three Combine. He came by to say what's up to all his boys, Dr. J and Iceman and everybody. And so I was helping with the Combine and came over, gave him a hug. I said, man, I brought Pops, man. I brought Pops. So him and Pops were hanging out and laughing and planning golf trips and everything. And then, like a week or so, a couple weeks later, he disappeared, man. He was gone. So
yeah,
it's hard to see that you plan this stuff and then not be here a couple weeks later, man. That was tough.
Hey, Lamont, what you got?
I got something on that Kobe stuff, if you don't mind. Listen, I wasn't a big time Kobe fan, but I do respect Kobe's game. But I always tell Lamont this because Lamont has something in his criteria, Tracy, where he says you have to be the greatest at something or you have to impact the game in some way. And it's hard to give Kobe that kind of credit because everybody always says he's just another Mike. But I always say this. I always said that Kobe changed the work ethic of NBA players. Before Kobe, guys were taking summers off. We even had Sharone asked the other day. Someone asked Sharone was one of his regrets, and he said that he wished he would have worked out more during the summer because that was really you guys' time off to be with your family, your friends, or whatever you guys wanted to do. Like you said, that no more obligations from the team, no more autographs. I can take a month, 2 off and relax. But Kobe changed all of that. Can you help these guys understand how Kobe changed the work ethic for professional NBA players? Because prior to him, there was nobody waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning to go work out.
Nobody. They even talked about it on the USA Basketball documentary about when they were coming in from the club and he was going out to the gym. So they touched on it on that. But Cole, if you can do stuff at 3:30 in the morning, you damn sure can do it at 7:30 at night. You know what I mean? It's like the bar that he set for taking care of your body, and like he was one of the first wing guys to have that much longevity. So how do you do that? By doing what he did. His thing was to outwork people, not let people outwork me, get my body strong enough so I can last in that long haul. When everybody else fall off and they hit that wall in the playoffs, I'm still going. And he would do off-season workouts during the season. Like, let me say that again. off-season workouts during the season. So that dude was just a machine.
Oh, yeah, you got to help us understand that we just regular folk. What is the difference between an off-season workout and an in-season workout, so we got to all understand a little bit better?
So an in-season workout, when you're doing weights and stuff, it's just maintenance. It's not heavy. It's just maintenance to make sure you get your legs back when they're feeling a little dead, or just little weights, just to be consistently keeping your body right. But he would do heavy stuff. Like I said, he had these big medicine balls, and he'd squat and he'll throw it to the ceiling, and then it'll come down. He'll get in and throw it up there again, and then he'll be in there lifting heavy weights with less reps. Like he would do like these crazy squats that he would be doing. It's like he would do strength and conditioning stuff that normally you would do during the off season to build your body up to come back after it broke down, right? He would do it, and he would maintain it through the year because he was doing off season stuff. That's why he never tired out.
That's why he was able to put 60 up before he left too, as well, because he looked super tired at the end of that game, but he was able to just muster it up, and he had what they call the blackout workouts, where he would black out from working out.
But let's talk about that. Was the last year he didn't have he wasn't working that year like he did the years prior, because his body couldn't take it no more. His body was shot. His body was shot. He had worked it to the end. That's why he knew he was done. He worked it to the end, and his body just wasn't responding. But he found enough in that last game to have that send-off. I mean, you get 60 on the way out, bro. Salute. You know what I mean? And it started off like most of the games did during the season. It started off with some air balls and some short shots, and it was like, oh man, I hope he don't go out like that. But then all of a sudden, he found it. Another shot. Before you know it, it's like, oh, we got something going here at the last game. And then all of it, but then the electricity in the building got crazy, and then he just started feeling that Kobe, and then he went absolutely nuts, bro. To go out like that, to end it like that, boy, that's storybook.
Do we have any more of those questions that you had lined up, Lamont?
You're on mute, Lamont.
I was just trying to get a wide perspective of questions from everybody. I had one question, but you guys were on the Kobe. But I think the question that I have kind of ties into Kobe, but because it's kind of a two-part question. Because you started your career with Portland, 92, 93. Now, that's kind of infamous over here. That's a kind of an infamous year. To a certain degree, it's kind of infamous, man, because I did a video about this year, and we actually just watched the game. So, were you with the Blazers in the finals, correct?
No, I came in the year after.
Okay, so you came in the year after they left. So hold on, you came in 92. What year?
92, 93.
Okay, 92.
Oh,
okay. So that was the year after. Now.
Yeah, that was 91, 92. The one where Mike did this to Cliff after he hit the three.
Okay, so you weren't there. Did you?
Yeah, when Mike was benched.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to know. If any of the players, like, because you saw Phil Jackson early on with the first version of the Bulls, and then you were able to be under Phil, right?
I wasn't the happiest under Phil. Now let's put that out there.
No, I know, and this is, and I agree because I heard we had Scott Williams on, and he told us about some of how Phil runs the show a little bit. So I can see how certain players will be frustrated. He was talking about Scott Williams told us he would find the bigs if they shot threes, and I said, man, Scott's
my guy.
Yeah, that's a hell of a regime to be under. But did any of those Blazer players talk about how that 91-92 season ended, and with regards to, because I heard Phil Jackson talking how they were scared of the Blazers. They didn't want it to go to a game 7. they just absolutely could not let it go to Game 7 because they shot the ball too well. And I just don't know. And because you weren't there, again, you may only have limited information on this. When Tex Winters, the assistant coach for the Bulls, said that they benched Michael Jordan when the Blazers were up 15. They said Jordan was just screwing up the flow of the game. They had to bench him, and Scottie Pippen led that comeback where Jordan was able to close out the game. Did any of the Blazers players ever talk about what happened? How did that bench unit with guys that pretty much like didn't play a lot were able to lead that comeback?
No, they didn't talk about it at all, really. They were just motivated that they lost the series. And you saw dudes come to training camp in, like, I didn't know what pro shape was, right? I was doing my thing and I thought I was in shape. Those dudes came to camp in shape, talking about being able to run all day, strong as an ox. Dudes that were heavy were light. Like, they came in because they felt like their window was right now. And I just hit the Blazers at the wrong time. You know, you can't be a young guy and come in there and the window is right now and you think you're going to incorporate yourself into a team that's already geared up and they'd have made moves for certain veterans. You know, because when I came in as a rookie, we had Dave Johnson and Reggie Smith. Those are the other two rookies with me. But they had brought in Rod Strickland and Mario Elie. So those guys were going to be the key guys that was in the rotation that was going to be playing. It wasn't going to be none of us rookies. So they were gearing up to get back at them again. They were trying to reload and get back to the finals. And it never happened. So they felt the window was open, and that's all they were focused on was trying to get back. There was no talk about that situation.
What went wrong? Yeah, because I think of all the Bulls 6 titles, and I say the team that really could have got them was the Blazers team. To me, with the talent that they had and the ability to shoot the ball. But then when you said something about Phil, why did you say Phil wasn't your favorite coach to play under?
Phil would talk to you if he needed you. You know, I wasn't part of those championships. So it was a need to know basis when he would say anything to me. And, you know, I'm one of those guys that I want to be clear with what my role is. You know, what do you want me to do? I'm 10 years in. I'm not a rookie. You know, you got to talk to me, man. You know, I need to know what you want me to do. You know what I'm saying? And he will refuse to talk to me, and which I thought was disrespectful. So, you know, and I understand you won your championships and you're one of the greatest coaches of all time, but in order for somebody to go to war with you, they need to know what they need to do to go to war for you. You know what I mean? And he never did that with me. And so, and with that being in my hometown, you know, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. You know, so I knew that year I was just going to work as hard as I could in practice. I was going to be positive because I didn't want to be negative and mess up with, you know, we were trying to get a four-peat that year. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't going to be the guy to mess up the cha-cha because I'm like, I'm at home, man. What the hell you doing? You know what I mean? There were people, you know, that know what I can do, know that I fit the triangle offense. For the first month I was there, why isn't Tracy Murray in the game? Or, you know, you'll hear that from time to time. Even the broadcasters, this would be a good time for Tracy Murray to come in the game. It never happened. And so, you know, it's like I just knew right from that point that I'm just here. You know, I'm just here. And now the only thing I can do is support the team. He wasn't going to play me. But if you look up and down, like, even the championship years, you look at the first year he was beefing with Glenn Rice. You look at he sat J.R. Rider, didn't play him. Mm-hmm. He sat Jimmy Jackson, didn't play him. He sat Mitch Richmond, didn't play him. Then me, then Brian Russell. So it's like there are guys that can help your team and you're not using them. You know what I mean? So I don't know what that was about, but there was like guys that can help you, and he did the same thing to. It's like all of us, he did the same thing to, and I'm not understanding why. And it was the silent treatment with me that I didn't get. I thought Tex Winters was awesome with me. Kurt Rambis was awesome with me. Jim Clemens was awesome with me. You know, all the coaching staff and the trainers, the rest of them, they were awesome with me. Phil didn't say nothing to me. So that was my issue with Phil. Now, what he did in his career, awesome. Awesome. You're going down as arguably the best coach ever. So, salute. You did your thing, man. But, that was my issue with Phil. He just didn't communicate with me. And I'm sure those guys wanted to be communicated with too, so and know why they were sitting or what their role was going to be. So that was my thing with Phil.
Now, I was going to ask you that because Herm mentioned that when you entered that Laker locker room at that time, did you sense the tension that was supposedly there that was always reported between Shaq and Kobe and the other players, or was it just overblown media hype?
Well, I mean, it was there because you had, Kobe wanted to be the man, and he wanted to be the man now. That's just typical young stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Shaq was the man still. The ball's got to run through me. So to me, it was just more competitive than anything. I didn't see any outward beef and we're fighting, or I didn't see any of that. But it was no different than Shaq and Penny. There's competition on every team, bro. It's like it is what it is. When you are the two guys, the two bulls on the team, there is a struggle for the top dog. It is. And that's on every team in the history of playing. So I didn't see anything abnormal about it. It was just, the second guy, like, hey man, I'm here now. I've arrived. This is my team.
Do you think
and Shaq was still that monster? You know what I mean? He was still that monster. So, to me it was competition.
Okay.
I was about to ask you, do you think Kobe had more of an issue with Phil more than Shaquille?
Well, if that was the case, then that should have been handled with them. Between those two, I don't like. I mean, as I say again, Kobe had an issue with when he felt like he outworked you. He felt like I don't trust you. That's how he's always been. And it don't matter who you are. It can be Shaq, it can be me, it can be anybody. But it's Shaq that year. What we got to remember about the year that I was there, that was a year that Shaq had that toe surgery late in the summer. Mm-hmm. So
you gotta enjoy your summer. You gotta enjoy your summer. Yeah, he wasn't trying to rehab during the summer.
Right. So now we start off the season. And Kobe's the guy. So he had a taste of being the guy. You know what I mean? So, and now the guy comes back. You know what I mean? And it's hard to scale back. It is. It's hard to scale back. So, I mean, as I say again, to me, it was just all competition. It wasn't, I didn't see any like wild stuff like fights or anything like that. I didn't see that.
Okay. So they were still professional, showing up to practice, still communicating. They wouldn't really.
Well, every team argues a little bit, right? But it wasn't like anything that was abnormal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just you got a locker room full of type A guys. You're gonna have arguments. You're gonna have disagreements. That's just what it is. That's the NBA. So I didn't see anything abnormal about it.
Mm-hmm. Now, Sharone will tell you this. I'm the guy that put the heat to the seats when we talking about doing our content and we doing stuff here. So I got to put some heat to you now because you said some things. You said some things that we have to adjust. And I'm gonna ask you some stuff about LeBron eventually because you said you came in when LeBron was coming in. Okay. But we always have this thing about the expansion era. We say that the NBA had an era of expansion, and during that era, you guys were drafted into the NBA. Is it overblown to think that at that point in time that you guys were entering the NBA, that there were some guys that wouldn't have made a roster if it wasn't for the expansion? I always bring up Greg Anthony, right? I know you guys know Greg Anthony. I think he was in your draft as well. No, I think he came before you, Tracy.
Greg Anthony was the year before me.
The year before you, okay?
Yep.
He was a perennial bench guy. He was drafted by the Knicks, played for the Knicks for like 4 years, but as soon as Vancouver and Toronto popped around, he ends up being a starter, and the only moments he ever started his NBA career was when he played in Vancouver. So do you think that it is overblown by us fans to say, hey, the 90s had a lot of roster spots open up, and there were some guys that filled up those roster spots that really weren't ready? They were letting underclassmen into the NBA. They were grabbing more international players at that time. And there was a lot of issues with the collective bargaining agreement as well during that time because players weren't getting paid well. Some players were getting paid too much and didn't earn it. I.e., Iverson was a mention. They were talking about young players coming in, Garnett, Iverson. So is the expansion era a blown up myth amongst basketball fans?
I don't look. I played and like I said, everybody is good enough on that level. If you put the ball in their hands and say, go score 20 a game, like, for example, Harvey and Horace Grant. I knew Horace Grant and how he played. I didn't know Harvey Grant until I became his teammate and how he played. The very first game that I started with Portland, like Percy was hurt, Cliff was hurt, I started against Washington. I never in my life, and this was the highest game scored against me, I never in my life thought that Harvey Grant would score 33 points on me. Give people the opportunity, and they would deliver. You know what I'm saying? There are so many dudes that I played with and grew up with on the streets, and they didn't have grades. Some they may have went to the wrong college, that coach didn't know what to do with them. I played against them every summer in the LA Summer League. Like, there are a bunch of dudes out there that can play. Put some of them on the end of like there are street legends on it that everybody talks about, whether it's Rucker Park. You know, you got Raymond Lewis out our way, what he did to Doug Collins in the Philadelphia training camp, and they wouldn't pay him, so he said, forget it, I'm not going to play. These guys could actually play. So I think at the end of the bench, even in today's era, you know, because you can say the same thing about today's era, is 30 teams, right? The dudes that, like, and we had 13 at the most. Now they're carrying like 15, 16, 17. Two dudes they'll send them down to the G League or whatever. Like, there are dudes at the end of the bench. If like Randall Jackson, for example, came into Washington, I never heard of this kid. He went to Florida State, but I never heard of this kid. This kid came in killing. Like, he killed his own self by going out every night. Like, there's been some dudes that's come through training camps that scorched my ass, and I was like, you know what? I'm glad I got a 7-year deal. So there are guys that are that good that may have just fallen short and didn't make it, or might be at the end of the bench. And if they talk any shit, they're cut.
Yeah.
They have to.
I had teammates like that too.
Yeah, they have to wave the towel.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Didn't wasn't Trevor Ruffin on your team?
Yeah, T. Ruff.
T. Ruff can score.
Yeah. He's wrestling Hawaii.
Score. So there are like, I'm not just saying that just to say it, and I'm saying it for this era too. There are dudes at the end of the bench. For example, San Antonio Spurs. They have one of my players, Jordan McLaughlin. Jordan can play, but they have him playing the third guard, and he knows what his job is. and he's the break in case of emergency. Come out there, run the offense, get people the ball. He's not out there trying to go get 20, 25, or else he would get cut. He knows his role.
So, J-Mac can hoop.
J-Mac can hoop. Go to his mixtapes when he was in high school. He was dunking on people.
I remember J-Mac.
It was crazy what he was doing to people. So, like we talked about Austin Rivers, right? He had a crazy mixtape when he was younger, and he can play too, but he had to play a role. It's like dudes. As I say again, prime example. I averaged 44 a game and 21 a game for 2 years in college. I had to play a role. Like dudes was talking shit about me. Oh, he's at the end of the bench. He can't play. I knew he wasn't good enough. The same dudes that I heard talking, I gave their ass 40 in the summer league. So it's like dudes are that good, man. Dudes are that good. It's just that everybody can't be a star in the league. Everybody can't be. Everybody can't last 10 years in the league. I was blessed at last 12. You know what I mean? It's like it's a lot that goes into it. A lot that goes into it. It's more than just playing. And I addressed that earlier. It's more than just playing. And the people that understand it, they last. And they also got to stay healthy because Sharone didn't stay healthy. But the car accident and everything messed him up.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it's like he was a lottery pick. It was geared for him the last 15 years. He was supposed to be there. But that car accident hurt him.
Yeah, it hurt our whole team, man. You remember that?
Man, bro, for real. Well,
we were supposed to take that next step.
Hey, didn't I call you Baby Moses when you first got there?
Yeah.
Because he reminded me of Moses Malone.
Now you also mentioned something about analytics with Rudy as the head coach in Houston, right? Mm-hmm. And we always talk about analytics here because they love to bring up certain analytics. But I just want to name a couple of analytics and see was this around when you were playing. Mm-hmm. Did they ever talk about defensive rating or offensive rating when you guys were in the NBA in the 90s?
Nope. No, there was none of that. No plus minus. No, none of that. but you knew plus minus. You knew what type of impact you had on the game. You know what I mean? If you come in the game and you guys go up 10, you know you're a plus. You know what I mean? Whether you scored 10 points or whether you were just out there and they had to guard you and somebody else scored the 10 points and we got stopped. You knew if you were a positive impact on the game or not. There were games I came out there and I knew I was a minus. You know what I'm saying? It's just
plus or minus was there. I get that. But but the analytics, so most likely the analytics you guys are talking about is saying, well, when Tracy Murray gets the ball on the left wing, he's more likely going to do a one dribble pull up to the left more than going to the right, stuff like that, right?
Lou Williams spends 90% of the time on the left side of the floor. We like you know what I'm saying? It's like you knew that, and you didn't need analytics to say that, right? Mm-hmm. You had your trained eye, you had film, but I think the analytics department is to create more jobs. That's what I think it is because we have the numbers already. We know who can score what in certain areas. We know where certain people are efficient at, where they shoot there's some people that shoot corner threes better than they do around the top area. Like, some people are better in the right corner than the left corner. Bruce Bowen, he was better from the corner where his left shoulder was to the right shoulder was to the baseline than he was to the left shoulder to the baseline. But you knew that just by watching film. You didn't need numbers to let you know that.
So talking about the scouting report and these numbers, was there ever a scouting report that was given to you that you guys looked at as like, there's no way this player could do this. This is not real. Was there any moment at that time where they were like, hey, this is the scouting report? You was like, this guy's not that good.
Yeah, the time you do that is the time you get scorched.
See what I'm saying, Lamar? Hey, where's Lamar? I wish Lamar was here for this because these are the type of conversations.
That's what happened with me and Harvey Grant. That's what happened with Harvey Grant. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, man, no way he's going to do that. And he gave me 33. Right?
I'm listening. I'm listening, hey, Johnny. I hear it all because I was going to tell him. I believe the same thing. Like, what's more valuable when you watching the game? The most valuable thing is, like he just said, tendencies. If I know your tendencies, that's going to be more valuable than any analytic. If I know you are, like for me, and I'm going to tell you, this was weird. This is the first time I ever experienced a scouting report like against me. I was a left-handed player, right? So most teams that didn't scout, as soon as you see a left-handed player, they'd be like, push him right. But the problem with me was I shot extremely high percentage whenever that, like pulling up off my right hand. So the first time I experienced a scouting report, that's a team was basically saying push him left. And I'm like, push him left. I'm like, that's completely opposite of what most teams, and the reason why is because I can't shoot pulling up off my left. And so that's why I say all these analytics and stuff, watching the game, and as Juan Boy says up here, watching the film, way more valuable than any, like think about this, Tracy. In sixth pick, I want you guys to chime in. Think about this. There was somebody that told me that because the Chicago Bulls in the 90s didn't have the best defensive rating, they weren't the best defensive team. And I'm saying to myself, I said, man, what? I said, what is y'all watching? I was like, and these numbers can trick you into believing a whole bunch of silliness. I said, if y'all watch the game and you watch what these teams can do with the players, the personnel, like how they defend, right? That's gonna, like, you don't need these numbers. And so I definitely agree with you there. I think the numbers, like you said, I think it was kind of designed to give people additional jobs. Now, I believe there's a somewhat of a use for them. But
it's used for it. But
not
you don't base your whole, game plan on it.
I agree. That's a fact right there.
You know, you want to add something about this, about the offensive rating, defensive rating, that's hilarious to me. If we go off of per 100 possessions for players, you know, Sharone averages 22 points and 12 rebounds per 100 possessions for his NBA career.
Okay, 6.
There's nobody that can do anything with him down there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that shows his efficiency, right? Every per 100 possessions, he can give you 22 points and 12 rebounds. But we know in a game is 48 minutes, and that's what I always tell people. You usually go by the 48 minutes and what a player does on the basketball court within that 48 minutes. Or like you said, points per game or rebounds per game or things of that nature. But we always hear all these silly things about about how you guys prepare for a game or how you guys mentally do certain things. So there's a certain example, that certain idea that Tracy Murray's on my team. He averages 12 points per game. So the coach is expecting you to put up 12 points per game every game. And that's not how it works, right? It's just like you said, you didn't have Weber or you don't have Howard. Somebody has to come up for those points. But it's not like, oh, well, Tracy, today we need 50 points from you. Right. It just happened, correct? It just happened. So we always try to give these guys an idea of understanding that, there's a game plan. There's a strategy that you got to go by. And like you said, there's roles everybody has. And if everybody understands their role, everything usually falls in place. But some of these guys
there's also mismatches that you pick on. You got to pick on the mismatches. If you got an advantage somewhere, you got to pick on it. And I think that, that was done a lot back then. The first thing they used to do to me, and I'm pretty sure my defense got a little bit better when I got to Toronto, but like when I was I also had O and Sharone behind me. I had AC Earl behind me. I had John Sally behind me. I had Ed Pinckney behind me. So I had dudes that had my back. My first 3 years, the first thing they used to do when I came out onto the court, everybody would go to the other side, ISO. So I had to figure out how to contain for a couple of dribbles because that was something I didn't know how to do on the perimeter yet. So yeah, it was crazy.
I got Tracy over here. I got Tracy, y'all.
Hey, I gotta ask him this though, Trace. I gotta ask you this though. How you feel about the new terms they use now, like gravity and all that stuff that you hear now? How you feel about those terms, man?
They're aging me with all of these new terms for shit. It's like, come on, man. It's all the same thing. You can miss me with the new terms for it. It's all the same thing, and it's one of those things where those analytic guys or those creative job guys are showing that they know how to speak the jargon. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah, I hate it too.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, wow,
It's,
that's good.
It's all
it
fake,
makes them
man.
look like they know what they're talking about, and it's like,
Thank
come
you.
on, man, miss me with that.
Well, talking about
I
the
tell them
defense,
that all the time. I tell
we
them
we
that.
actually we asked Sharone this before. We asked him, do you? Because I know you said that it's impossible to stop Mike, right? Let's get to the Michael conversation because you guys played against Mike.
Absolutely. He gets 25, 30 shots. You get 5. So he's not guarding you on defense. I mean, he's resting.
We know Jordan when playing defense, hands on his knees a lot.
But he can lock down. He can lock down. It's just that we weren't going at him. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to come to me to go at Jordan. They're not going to do that.
I get that, but my question is that if you were allowed to play zone defense, if there was no illegal defense, do you think it would have been a more effective ways to guard the Chicago Bulls and the triangle offense if it wasn't man on man and committing to double teams?
Yeah, because they can't run those cuts that they run and get Mike. Now you limit Mike to just being a perimeter shooter, or like you even get him out of his mid-range sweet spots because now he's got to be able to knock down a 3 ball in order to get you out of that zone. So I mean, college. That's why college is more of a chess match. You got to have dudes that can knock down. If they're going to sit in the zone, somebody's got a zone. You got to have some zone busters out there.
Zone buster. Yep.
You got to have some zone busters out there.
It's harder to post up in the zone. It's harder to post up in the zone. Yeah.
Huh?
It's harder to post up in the zone as well.
Yeah, because they're sitting in your lap. So it took a guy say if Sharone played for us at UCLA, and he's a killer on the block. It would take me, Tarver, Madkins, and Martin, and a few others to hit some threes, get them out of that damn zone so we can beat the beast.
Yep.
So, I have a question, Mr. Tracy? Can you give us an example of how a defensive scheme was applied to, in game to a player, like one of the elite players from the 90s?
Well, I mean, there's the defensive coach always try to come up with something tricky, you might ice a person and keep them in a small area on the court, and then you got the help from the big, or you might trap him and get the ball out of his hands and then deny him and try to keep the ball from coming back. There's so many different ways of trying to take somebody out the game. But when you have somebody like Kobe and Mike and LeBron, and I'll throw Vince Carter in this situation too. When you have guys like him, Tracy McGrady, guys that can play 1-on-2, can score on 2 people, it doesn't matter.
Non-pattern players. Non-pattern. That's what I call it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I've got a question. What's going on, Six Pick? What's going on, Real Bell fans?
What up, boy?
Peace, boy.
What's going on? Hey, Tracy, back in the day, like you were saying earlier, it was more inside out.
Yeah.
But now, with you being a guy that's, a knockdown shooter, and you seeing the evolution of going from inside out to outside in practice, do you wish that you could kind of play a little bit more in this area, in this era where it's more spaced out for shooters to thrive?
Yeah, I would have been really effective in this era. You're looking at I'm Klay Thompson without the defense. You know what I mean? That what Klay did during his career. I'm not talking about Klay Thompson right now. He's a little bit older and he doesn't move like he used to. I'm talking Klay Thompson in his prime.
You like the 60 on 11. You talking about the 60?
Klay.
You talking about the Klay Thompson, the 60 on 11 dribbles, Klay Thompson.
Right. Splash brothers, Klay Thompson, that guy. So that you're getting pretty much a look at who I used to be through Klay Thompson. He just had better defense. We're the same size. We had range. We didn't use very many dribbles. We shot it quick, or we had escape dribble, and we getting it up. And I think that if I was to say somebody in this era that was playing this prime, that was me minus his defense.
Well, but
last question,
T,
you ever get
but T,
into a
big as
shooting
you are.
contest with Reggie Miller?
Reggie Miller. we had a few shooting contests. You know what I mean? It's like, and this is when I was young. This is when I was a kid, man. We didn't have any when I was in the league or when I was in college. This is when I was a kid. He was at UCLA, and I was like in the 8th grade. So, you know, you're a kid. You're out there messing around. You know.
I wanted to ask Sharone this because this time I was going to ask you earlier. It's kind of pertaining to the question they just asked to Tracy. Sharone, I know you're happy with your career and what you did with your career and how you played and your play style. But do you think which one would you have had more fun? Playing the way you normally played, which is being a big man on the block and on the boards, or the way the big men play today? You think you would have had fun playing like the big men? Because I know you said something about you didn't like shooting threes or why they shooting threes. But do you think you would have more fun playing the way they play today, or the way you played back in the 90s?
I made the McDonald's All-American team, and I was in a 3-point contest and won it. And then I felt like, okay, I can extend my range, but who are we kidding, man? I specialized on the block since I was 5, 6 years old. You know, working with Miles Patrick with the Lakers and Norm Nixon and that group. I was always on the block, and that's kind of what I did. I feel like I would have enjoyed playing the way I did because I wouldn't have liked to be floating around. I like contact, and I wouldn't have wanted to be floating around looking for a 3-ball and being all soft and shit.
Another thing, Ron, you were included. You were also included. They don't include bigs no more. So you were included. We had to go to.
Well, it's harder to get the ball to a guy on the block today. Like you said, they play a lot of zone in today's NBA. There's a lot of overloading on one side.
All the bigs are doing is picking and diving for lobs. That's all they're doing.
Yeah. Or pick and pop too. Pick and pop and dribble handoff. Yeah, that's what I would say. More or less the dribble handoff stuff. The facing and putting the ball on the floor more. If you would have felt like that would have been more fun to do as well if you could have added that to your game. Because I know, like you said, when you played, it was a big man's game, go on a low block, get as close to the basket as possible. But obviously today they let the players play a little bit more.
Here's what I would have did, and here's what I did do. The meat part of my career, pause on that, but but the meat part of my career is that when I was able to play center, I was a power forward by trade. I could play. I was drafted high because I could play both. But when I got to Toronto, we already had Oliver Miller, and instantly we became kind of a duo. You know what I mean? Like I would play center sometimes. He would play center sometimes. When he go to center, I go to forward, and whatever, we just vice versa. And that's why we both started. That's why. We never got killed by any bigs. No, I don't care who it was. We never got killed because if I couldn't guard him, I knew Oliver could. And Oliver was he's the best passing big man I ever seen.
Yep.
He could dissect he really was a point forward, a point center. He really was.
Don't let the size fool you.
Oh, no,
I remember.
Goodness,
Yeah, I remember that. I remember
he
that.
He can move at that size. He can move at that size, and he blocked a lot of shots at that size.
He made life easier for me.
Me too.
Because number one, what he taught me was how to set a screen. I think I didn't really know how to set a screen correctly. If he set a screen for you, you could drive a car through that motherfucker, man. It's just you were open. If he set a screen for you, you're open. I don't care what it is. And he just had the best set of hands of any one player I've ever seen, including Dr. J. He had the best big softest hands of all time.
Yep.
And he was just one of a kind, man, as a friend, as a brother.
Yep.
The day that the week that we lost him, Tracy and I had been on the phone all week, and Tracy was flying in from LA, and I was already in Phoenix, and
I was at the airport. I was about to get on the plane.
We were getting ready. Tracy was getting ready to come over, and we were gonna stay together.
Yep.
And then we were gonna go to the hospital, and then his mom. We just talked to his mom, and it was just it got really bad.
O had texted me back and told me to don't come. Like they're not. He said they're not letting Charles Barkley in here, so don't come. So I don't. He didn't want me to fly in, if they weren't letting Charles in. So.
Yeah, that's the saddest day I've ever had, and And at that time, I think we just was numb for when we were just numb for like a month.
Yep.
We couldn't. I couldn't think of anything to talk about. It was just
it was a tough time, man.
It was tough, man.
Time, bro. That's one of our brothers.
That dude was one of my favorite teammates, the best friend I've had, the best teammate I've ever had. I mean, he just
bro, that team, period. And I know that you were up there for that second year too. Those two teams, man, I don't think there's ever been any type of like real brotherhood chemistry on any team I've ever been on like those teams.
Yeah. Yeah.
Talking about the camaraderie you guys have, and obviously you guys are real close and played together. And Sharone is very big on this. He doesn't like the negativity from player to player, generation to generation. What is your take on that, Tracy, on the idea that there is kind of a gap between today's players and the players of the past? And it's obviously not say beef, but there's always the back and forth tension between generations. Do you think that that's a negative aspect to the game, or is that just overblown as well? Like, you guys actually do get along outside of the public?
I think that, I don't like when guys are going at guys, and then at the same time, guys went at us too when we were younger. And I think there's a combination of things that need to happen. The older guys need to let up a little bit on the microphone on the youngsters. And then I think the youngsters need to do a better job of not being as sensitive when constructive criticism might be said. There should not be hating at all across the board anywhere, because all of us are one of 5,000 players who ever played in the 76-year history. We all have done something special in this league. Yeah. So we are truly an elite group. So there should be a brotherhood. There shouldn't be a disconnect. There shouldn't be separation. And my deal with that is, hey, I love the LeBrons and KDs just like I love the Dr. J's and the Icemans. You know what I mean? And we've all have done our things in our eras. That's why I said I don't think there's one GOAT, because this all starts with one GOAT. You know what I mean? Oh, he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. There's no one GOAT. Everybody has done their thing in their era, and everybody that is at that level has had the torch, and they carried the torch and handed it off to the next guy. So there shouldn't be any beef or disrespect, because guys are great. Guys are great, all of them.
So when we hear guys like Barkley and them talk about today's player the way they do, that's more or less for TV, right? That's not what the sentiment of the true players who played before, right? Barkley's basically an oddball out of all of you guys, because when we talk to you guys really appreciate how good these guys are today. But there's a large fan base that seems to think that there's a group of NBA players that think these guys are soft, that they're pampered, they're privileged, and they get away with a lot.
It's not the players, and this is what people don't understand.
Yep.
It's not the players. It's the rules of the game that make people think they're soft. Players are going to adjust to anything that you throw at them. Look, so they're soft during the season, but like I said, during the playoffs, they've been letting them play recently. There's a lot of contact in the playoffs. So they have adjusted, and you're seeing them adjust. So I think it's just a lot of rhetoric that keeps a lot of shit stirred up, and I think Charles is entertainment. You know what I mean? It's like he gets paid to be entertaining, and you just can't take what Charles say to heart. You know what I mean? You just got to understand that his job is to be the jokester of the panel. He's going to say some real stuff from time to time, but his job is to keep you off guard, and him and Shaq's back and forth and all. You know what I mean? That's why they win Emmys. It's entertainment. The guys entertain on the court, they entertain in the studio, and I think if guys just take it as that, then it won't be taken as personal.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I don't want to hog it up. I got a lot of questions, guys. I don't know if anybody wants to throw a question in there because I got some stuff I can follow
and
up
I'm on
on.
my daughter's TikTok, and she's like highly pissed at me right now. She,
She want her phone back.
in the door. So
Oh, you know it's crazy. She's gonna get all kind of basketball stuff through her algorithm now. She's gonna be like,
Well, and to highlight that,
so I'm about to get off. So I'll take.
Hold on, T.
Okay.
Guys, both of T's daughters are top 100 players in their respective classes. So shout out to them. Both girls are really going to be.
My daughter and my oldest daughter and my niece. They're my youngest one is coming along, but she's getting better too. She's working. She's a work in progress, but she's working.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
No doubt.
Yeah, shout out to y'all, man. Great job, gentlemen. Great job with that. Especially you too, Sharone. I know your son's doing great. So shout out to y'all.
He's okay.
That stuff, man. Yeah,
tell my boys I said what's up, Sharone.
I will, man. Nico's out there with out there at Sac State with Bibby.
Okay.
I actually got one more question. You get up out of here, T. It's actually gonna be good because it's gonna pin you and Sharone versus each other right here, right quick. with the evolution of the game that we've all been watching for the last 30 years since you guys were playing in the NBA, last 20 years. We always have this joke that we like, why do you guys go to in the 90s? It didn't matter who was on the low block. They would throw it to Antonio Davis. They would throw it to Sharone. They would throw it. It didn't matter what. It seems like every offense was set to try to just get the low block man the ball. Now that you know how the game is played today, do you still think that Sharone would have been a better option than you shooting the 3-pointer in the NBA game? Or do you understand what I'm asking here? Do you think that
in today's
bullshit? Bullshit.
I just want to know, do you still feel like, hey, man, you know what? I'm going to dunk this. I'm going to dribble, and just throw this down to Sharone.
I can explain
and Sharone
that to you.
Take a turnaround, contested fadeaway instead of an open jump shot.
But in my whole career, he's one of the guys that gave me the damn ball all the time.
And you took a contested shot, and you turned around to a contested shot versus the big man.
We were smart, though. I understood if I feed the beast, get double team, and I'm going to be open later. So we fed off of each other. If I got started quick, then he frees up. So we knew how to use each other.
Yeah.
But what if they never double team?
Man, stop it, man.
Because you know, Phil didn't like the double team. Phil never liked the double team. Phil was letting Robert Ory get dogged by Tim Duncan.
Good night, Tracy.
Phil will leave you on the island. You by yourself. Hey,
I got one
all jokes
more
aside,
question.
all jokes
Appreciate
aside,
it, man.
All jokes aside, it was an honor being on, man. I love talking to y'all, man, and kicking it with y'all for a few hours. I appreciate you guys. As I say again, I apologize for the beginning of this, but it was fun, man. It was fun.
I appreciate you pulling up, man.
Matter of fact, we're gonna plug it. We're gonna make sure somebody show his page again, y'all. Let's get Tracy above over 50 followers on TikTok, so he doesn't have to use his daughter account.
You know what? And you know what? You're gonna make me keep my TikTok because of that.
No, for real. I mean, again, listen. The funny thing is that there is a very large basketball discourse on community on TikTok. TikTok has a lot of guys who want to express themselves, talk about the game. And it makes it easier to have this type of engagement on TikTok. Other platforms make it hard to get this type of engagement.
Can I tell you one thing, Tracy? Tracy, I'm gonna say Boiler up because I'm a Purdue Boiler fan, man. But and now that you are with UCLA, how did UCLA end up in the Big Ten, man? How did this happen?
It was the worst decision for us because we had every away game is now in the Midwest or on the East Coast.
Yes.
So we don't have any type of advantage.
Oh,
so I don't understand that. We have no.
But you do have a Big Ten style coach. I love Mick Cronin. I love him.
Yeah, we do, but we don't have Big Ten style players. We need Big Ten style players to play Big Ten style,
basketball. That is true.
Yeah. So.
UCLA was in the Pac-10, right? Was it the Pac-10?
Yeah, they were in the Pac-10. Pac-12. Yeah.
In the Pac-10.
Pac-10 when I played, Pac-12 later on. Yeah.
So it's a money move, basically. Money move to go into the Big Ten. I'm assuming it has to be a money move.
Yep, especially for football.
Yeah.
It's a football conference, really.
Mm-hmm.
So.
That makes sense.
That's true.
Good night, my boy. I love you,
All right.
boy.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate
Appreciate
you
you,
pulling
Tracy,
up.
man.
Let's
All right,
go.
Ladies and
Mr.
gentlemen, that's
Tracy,
Tracy Murray, man. 12-year NBA vet.
NBA
Sharone,
champion.
buddy, been together for a while. These guys, gave us a great opportunity to give us an insight of the NBA mind and the NBA player. And thank you so much, man. It's just an honor to have you gentlemen with us. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
sir.
No problem, man. Thanks
Thank you,
for
brother.
having me. You guys
No
take
problem.
care.
Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate
All
you.
right, T. I hit you later.
And thanks,
Yep.
Mimi. Thanks, Mimi, for giving up your TikTok. Thank you, young lady.
I'll tell her.
Yeah, salute to you, Tracy, man. Salute to you, bro.
Salute.
Thank you. Damn, man. That's
You
what's
forgot
up, man.
the NBA champ, Johnny. NBA champ.
He is an NBA champ. I don't know how I missed that when I was looking up his career. I saw him play in Houston, but I didn't notice the year he was in Houston. So, yeah, definitely. You heard what he said. He said he had to be a scouter. He had to basically be Dennis Scott,
Dan
Sean
Marley.
Elliott, Dan Marley. He had to literally. And I remember Dwayne Wade said that they were talking to, I think his name was Eddie Barron, and they were talking to him the same way, telling him, "Hey, we need you." Right, just because you're not gonna be
You
in
talk
a
about Earl
uniform.
Barron?
Yeah, Earl Barron. That's what it was. They said we're gonna
that's
need
my
you
boy,
because
man.
yeah, like you said, he took the scouting report seriously, right? He took the scouting report seriously because he knew this was an opportunity to win a championship
Did Earl
and be a
Barron
part
go
of
to
a
Memphis?
championship.
Yeah, he went to
I don't
Memphis, but he from
Yeah, I forgot.
Clarksdale,
I forgot.
Mississippi.
Hey,
He
Johnny, what you
played.
butchering somebody's name? Talk about some.
No, he played with my cousin at Clarksdale High.
I do
So,
be messing
I
up
know
people's
him
names, so
personally
I
because of
do.
that,
I
though.
really do, man.
Hey,
I really do, man.
somebody earlier said who is Tracy that said an 11, 12-year vet, NBA champion? Who are you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
Who are
Yeah,
you?
you was supposed to lie
Exactly.
about. I thought you caught my hint when
He's
I
the
told you to
18th
lie
pick in the
about his
draft,
ass,
man. That man was the 18th pick in the draft, ladies and gentlemen. That's no scrub at all.
That's why we didn't let
He scored
anybody
50 in an
All-Pay
NBA
team.
game.
The '92 draft was kind of heavy too.
Well, I'm glad that we were able to get it done, man. I told my guys last year I'll get this done, some things done, and we ain't finished yet because we're gonna have Xavier McDaniel on here. I'm gonna still get Derek up here, so we're gonna do some good things, man, some big things. So now I know that energy drink, man. I need to get some of that. Now can I get an energy drink, nigga?
Yeah,
That's
give
what
him
Lamar been
energy
drinking.
drink.
Talk to us.
Sharone,
What is that?
Sharone, I got a whole case
Send
for
it
you.
over, man.
I got a whole case for you, Sharone, man. You got it. You just
I
drop the
need that. Can I get a
information.
case?
I'ma
And
get
where
you a
and
case,
what they got to do to get
Cause
that
Lamar
case,
been
Lamont?
on because he been busy all day, man.
You hungry them
Hey, you
shits,
know-
Lamont?
Hey,
I
man, I
wanted to
got
ask
like
Tracy this so
too many
bad.
boxes, man. I
When he
got
was
too
talking
many.
about Jordan, when he was talking about Jordan and Sharone was what's it called second backing him up. I wanted to know if he had the same feeling Sharone had when he saw Jordan for the first time. They all had the same thing where they were singing.
Oh, I guarantee that's
like
a
Mike.
question you should have asked. I guarantee
I was gonna
you.
ask. I was gonna ask that, but
You should have. Now you could have asked that. I'm
Yeah, I was
telling you
gonna ask him that.
that.
I was gonna get to that. I was gonna.
I would have
but,
put money on
okay.
him saying yes. I'm telling
You
you.
would say yes.
And then maybe,
Yes, you guys,
just
yeah.
maybe then people understand what I mean by it. You know.
No, we get it. No, trust me. We understand it, man. We understand it. I'm just gonna make fun of you, though. That's my job. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
I don't even feel bad about that shit. It's just man.
So wait a minute. So are you like Spike Lee when Spike Lee said he felt honored Michael Jordan called him the B word? Because we all know the B word.
No, I don't know. Fuck
That
Spike
one-
Lee with that. But, we ain't doing that, but
Yeah, Jordan would have called you the B word. You fighting, right? You swinging
oh
on
yeah,
Jordan.
nigga, fuck that. I'm still a man now.
Thank you, Mr. Jordan.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm still a
But
man.
no, but
now,
that was
nigga.
great, man. That was great. He gave us a lot of great insight. The Kobe question was great. Thank you for bringing up Kobe for us so we can understand Kobe.
But I didn't want to touch that, but because
Mm-hmm.
it's sentimental. You can tell it's sentimental to him. But I just hear y'all talk about Kobe so much. I was like, let me go ahead and give y'all something with that.
And Kobe's loved. Kobe is loved, man. Kobe is beloved. He was definitely beloved. I think again, the Shaq beef got a lot of people choosing sides at the time, and they never turned back around. And then, like he said, Kobe not caring about how people felt about him. He just, Kobe just went about his day and doing his business. He didn't really care how people felt about him. And eventually, that kind of changed later on in his career. He learned to be a little bit more, charismatic with the people in the public and stuff like that. So. Yeah, so that was great, man. That was great, man. Good job by all you guys, man. Shout out to Herm. Shout out to the Rating 3. Shout out to the Hardwood Authority guys, man. And of course, shout out to FYF and GJK for the TikTok takeover.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. We're not finished yet, man. You know, I mean, because I think we gonna ride with where Herm sit too. I'm gonna have some
Appreciate
people
it.
on Herm
Appreciate it,
shit,
man.
and then we gonna do some other stuff, man. You know, you guys family to me now. Y'all can't get rid of my black ass.
That's it. Now we good, man. You good, man. We need you, man. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate this, man.
And
This
we
is
gonna have the
this is great
same
stuff,
type
man.
of panel. We gonna have the same type of panel over there. We doing on mine, so it ain't gonna
Oh
be
yeah,
no.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
oh
we
yeah.
ain't gonna let anybody else either. So
Hey, somebody said Herm. Somebody said Herm run this shit like the mob. They said. He said you know what to do. He said inside you know what to do.
Hey, but like
That's
word up
funny.
though. That
Yeah,
nigga
man.
Herm though. When they come on here with some bullshit, Herm like, hey man, fuck you doing out of this motherfucker. We ain't doing that. He don't even give a
Nah.
fuck if he on his shit or FYF shit or he don't matter. He like, nigga, hey, no, we ain't doing that. Fuck out of here. Get this nigga off here.
that's ASAP, man. Because y'all don't have to take the time at y'all day to bless us with y'all presence, with y'all insight, and guys take that for granted. You know what I'm saying? So we don't play. You disrespected the guests. Oh yeah, we getting your ass up out of there. Ain't no personal. We just gotta get you up out of there.
Hey,
Not
and
having that.
Eddie
Not
don't
having
never
that.
come over here to show no type of support. He come in here talking about let me up. Man, I was like, man, come on, man. We don't never be over you.
We got
Who is that?
rid
Who
of
is
his
that?
ass.
Who is
I
that,
already
dog?
told y'all
Never.
that. Y'all listen, if it wasn't a part of the Reigning Three, if it wasn't part of THA, if it wasn't a part of GJK, FYF, they weren't coming up here. We're not gonna have no fools up here doing this stuff, man. We're gonna have a real conversation, just like y'all heard.
Who we
The man
talking
said,
about, Goat? Who we talking about,
Oh,
Goat?
this is old
"Oh,
head. That's crazy as hell, man.
yeah,
He's like, Willie? Is it Willie?
yeah,
Nah.
yes,
He roasting Willie.
he's basically a duplicate of Willie. It's like a clone.
Nah,
That
he
nigga Willie
roasting
asked,
Willie though.
hey man, we want Herm shit there. That nigga Willie asked me 17 straight cusses. Goddamn.
He said, I respect you, OG. Thank you.
Herm was like, goddamn, nigga.
That's how you gotta pass the mic, man. You got other niggas want to ask questions, man.
That nigga should have paid me
That
some
nigga's
money
so
for that
stupid.
shit.
Yeah,
He
Yeah,
should have
so
paid me.
stupid,
Hey,
man.
Willie got done 6 said Herm, anything else?
Hey, Lamont, that answer he gave us for the scouting report was so pertinent. When I asked him, man, was there anybody that they gave you a scouting report? You was like, man, I ain't doing this, and he was like, man, you do that, you getting cooked, man. You
Getting
had
barbecue.
to pay attention to that scouting report.
Man,
Hell yeah.
bro.
So now y'all see the things that y'all asked me. Y'all see what I was talking. We got the same answers, right? Some of the same shit y'all
Yes,
asked.
definitely,
Like,
yeah,
you can
definitely,
see what I'm talking about. It's like,
yeah. It gave that, like I said, it gives us the insight. 'Cause like I said, when you were drafted, I was 13, bro. I was 13 years old when you were. I didn't know nothing about. I didn't even know about coochie at 13 years old, let alone the NBA. You know what I'm saying? So
I wouldn't go that far.
nah, shit. At 13, at 13, shit. Well, see, Sharone, I wasn't 6'6" at 13 like you were 6'6" at 13 years old. You had a grown woman looking at you at 16 years old.
I was fucking around my babysitter then. So.
I'm just glad Six picked that y'all just bring the right to people to respect the game more and even respect the role players and respect the guys that have small roles because they don't know how hard it is to play in this league. And I think people take it for granted. So I'm glad y'all be giving the insight that people need so they can talk the game the right way, man. Because we got a lot of people that disrespect the game. They don't realize that they do it, but they disrespect the game a whole lot, man.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Look,
I was glad.
now everybody pootie tang in the comments. Now everybody was pootie tang getting coochie at 6 and 7 years old. Now everybody pootie
Right,
tang
now
in the comments.
everybody just you know what I'm saying? Shit.
Everybody's a Mac at 6, 7 years old. Forget y'all. That's why I'm married for 20 years.
That's
I know how
why
to
I
treat a woman.
said when that dude when Lamont was talking about when he was like, yeah, man, that he was talking about Jordan and he was like when he found out I played in the league, he's like, "Roo!" He was like Shaggy Doo, like Scooby Doo, roll.
Yeah, big assassin, man. That was funny as hell. You was just sitting up there letting them talk too. You didn't say nothing. You just letting them talk, man. And I'm like, man, this dude don't know what he about to walk into, man. I said, man.
Oh wow,
that was funny as hell.
Yeah, man. That's great, man.
That
And this was great. A lot of info, man. I can't wait to watch this back again. This is going to be available on YouTube, Lamont. You can't wait 24, 48 hours.
This
It's
is
got to be
going up
available
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
It's going up tomorrow.
This got to be available tomorrow. You guys make sure to follow us on FYF Sports Clips, FYF Sports Debates, obviously GOAT James Kingdom. This is also going to be available on what's that other platform you have, Lamont? Was it NBA Post?
We don't.
I don't post there.
NBA Post. Yeah, so that's definitely gonna be there. And obviously, I'll make sure to follow Six Pick, this account and his other fake account too. He got 2 accounts too, just like the Zesties. They run around here.
God damn.
But yeah, shout out to Sharone Wright, man. Again, 6th pick of the '94 draft, man. It was like I told you, Lamont, we were gonna come to TikTok and take it over. It's just great, man. But we got YD in here. YD didn't get a chance to get his take in. What up, YD, man?
What up, man?
You missed out, but what you got anything to say on this, YD?
YD, what up, man?
Uh-oh.
You on mute? We can't hear you if you're talking.
Yeah, you're on mute. We can't hear you.
Nah, he ain't on mute. His mic.
Yeah, no telling what that nigga doing. No telling what YD doing, man.
In the strip club. In the strip.
Well, I'm committed to it now, and I got time. You know, last year I was really busy, had a lot going on, and I still got my company going on. So, shout out to everything. I posted some pictures today from camp. I know you saw it go. We had some fun pictures and things that we're doing with grind session and grind junior grind. We're doing a lot of different. We got a special needs camp. That's dear to my heart. We're gonna do a clinic coming up pretty soon. We got a fall league in the middle of Georgia. We're gonna have AAU stuff going on. So through my company, and now I got a little bit more time. So the other day I talked to my big brother, which is Xavier McDaniel. Some of you guys know X-Man, some of you don't. He was a superstar in the league, man. He was, he was great. One of the original tough guys. Got into a lot of fights. If you really want to have questions for him, there's a lot of questions. Also, you can watch him on the Celtics biography about him and Reggie Lewis, and obviously that. You get a chance to know stuff when he played for the Knicks with the Seattle Supersonics. Obviously, he was a superstar. Former All-Star, so X is gonna be coming on. I'm gonna get that ready, and I plan on him coming on Herm shit, and then Derek Coleman. When I bring Derek, then I'll bring Derek back to the FYF. So it depends on how I do it. It don't matter. We're all doing the same thing.
X is actually good for Herm Live. That's actually the perfect person to put on Herm Live. He actually is the right one to put over
X,
there.
Man.
It actually was cool.
X crazy as hell, though.
Exactly. You won't need no regulations or moderators there. He gonna moderate everything on his own. He gonna check everybody on his own.
I don't think y'all understand though. Xavier McDaniel is crazy as fuck, man.
I know. I remember.
Crazy.
Yeah, he is.
He's crazy as hell.
But Sharone, before you get up out of here, let me get you to kind of go deeper into this thing about the NBA being a job, because I don't think a lot of people understand when y'all was saying that it's also a job. And I know you always said that it's just like everybody else. I'm human. I have good days. I have bad days.
Yeah.
Can you help us understand what else goes into being an NBA player other than going to practice, working out, and playing the game? What are the other obligations you have as an NBA player because of your job and career?
Time management is huge. And we talked about birthing basketball in Canada. We birthed Jamal McGlure, the point guard at Denver, Wiggins. We birthed all of these guys, Lou Dort. I mean, all those guys you see that are coming from Canada, we birthed those guys. They were all in our camps. All of them were. All over. So part of being a basketball player in the NBA is you do have a responsibility for community service. You have a responsibility for community work. You have a responsibility for game day operations, because you're gonna do. I remember sitting in coming to a board meeting where they were having dinner with all the sponsors. We sit in there and they want a couple of players in that, so we had to go in that. We had to go to do clinics and camps all over Toronto and Philadelphia when I was there. I mean, it's a part of it. It's a job. It's a job, man. You don't just play basketball. There's more to it than that. Making sure your body's all right. You got to get treatment on time, because otherwise you get fined. If you're hurt and don't get treatment, oh no, you getting fined. They're gonna fine you $5,000 easy. You're gonna. There's no way to get around it. I mean, if you get hurt in a game, you better get treatment. If not, then you're gonna get fined. There are things, you can't miss practice. You miss practice, they're gonna dock you half a day of pay. And then half half a game, which is your game check. Everything goes to your game check. For instance, if you making, so we get paid on the 1st and the 15th of every month, 1st and the 15th, and you know, if you say you're LeBron James, you're making $50 or $50 million a damn year, you know, or whatever. So that check on the 15th is like, it's like $1.5 million or more than almost that. So you don't want nobody taking that game check, do you?
No.
You know, you don't want that. So I mean, you get, you know, there's more to it than just basketball, guys. There's so much more to it.
Wow. Yeah. That was something that talking to you and obviously talking to Tracy, I kind of realized, like, man, when you said that, yeah, we have our bad days, and sometimes you just don't, like, I don't want to go to work today, but I have to get up and go to work. Like, I just got to do it. Like, I have to do these things. So, and that's a part of what you guys do. A lot of guys don't, you know, a lot of us fans don't really realize that you are really a human, that you really have things going on. Like you said, you might be going through things with your wife or your girlfriend, or, you know, relatives. You know, you said you got side businesses, things like that. And then you got the, you know, the team saying, hey, you know, don't forget this week you're going to be over here, and we got a signing over there, and we got this event here, and we got family day on this. And even on the if I'm correct, even during the summer, there's certain things that they want you guys to do during the summer, like you said, to help promote the league and to help promote the team and the franchises as well. So a lot of guys don't really, you know, us fans, we don't really notice that about what you guys got to go through. We just think of you guys as athletes. You're just supposed to go out there and play. We don't think about the treatments you're going through, and like you said, all of that stuff that you guys are obligated to do. We just think you're just supposed to just do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
yeah, no doubt.
It's great. It's great insight. Great insight.
It's a grind. It's a grind. It's a grind, and you know, this is not like it ain't even like college stuff either. Because in college, you got classes and shit, and you got all that. When you're playing pro ball, I mean, you belong to them. Whatever they need done, you doing it. You know, and I think that's why Bubba Chuck was so mad when they questioned him about practice. You know, we talking about practice. That's why he was so pissed about that, because he was always in the community doing things for this team, and then you have somebody question that shit. He's like, nigga, what? Practice? Yeah. We talking about practice. You know?
I grew up in the 757, so him and Bean because I'm a Laker fan, but Bubba Chuck especially was one of the main reasons I started playing basketball, man. Shout out AI.
No doubt. Shout out to my boy, man. No doubt.
Yeah, man. You ever had any superstitions about playing the game? That you can you name like one simple like superstition for yourself that you needed to do before a game?
I had to take a shit before every game. I always like to eat pasta and steak before pregame. And I could not. What was it? I had to have on 2 pair of socks. I just wouldn't. It wouldn't work right for me. Things wouldn't work right.
The same exact socks, like the same.
No, different socks, but
okay.
Just like there had to be 2 pairs. There had to be two pairs.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I think all basketball
I always took a nap
players
though. After you take a shit, you take a nap.
Take a nap.
Yeah.
Yep. Every basketball player has it, because you're always trying to figure out if the game before doesn't go as well. You're always trying to figure out what went wrong.
Yeah.
So it's always some type of superstition. Sometimes you don't want to blame yourself. You know, so mine was I had to run scalding hot water on my hands before the game. If my hands felt cold, it's over with.
Hey, that's Clarence Witherspoon right there. He did that too.
I had to run hot water on my hands.
He did that. Most of the time because, you know, you always playing with a new ball. I hate playing with a new ball. I can't stand that. You know, and it's be glossy. It's all glossy and all that.
Yeah, it'd be like it's slippery.
Yeah, it'd be real slippery. And I always was nervous before every game I ever played. So that means your hand's gonna be sweaty, and you know what I'm saying, you're gonna miss the ball. You know,
them Spalding hands and sweaty hands and them Spalding balls y'all had.
So you never got over the jitters. Every game you had a little bit of nervousness going into the game.
It's not so much as that. It's just the fact that if you care about what you do, you're gonna always be nervous before something. You know, it don't mean that your nervousness will be detrimental. Like you can't think, right? You know, as soon as the ball go up, all that shit disappears anyway. You just like you ready to hoop. But I'm saying before the game start, I'm always like, oh my God, But then when that bitch piss off, you're like, all right, it's time to go. Fuck you or your mama, fuck your daddy, fuck all y'all. You know, that's what you're thinking. You know what I mean? Your auntie, your I don't know, fuck all y'all. You know, but before that, you be like, oh my God, you know.
Yeah. Damn.
That's like, unless you're like, sometimes I dream that he is.
You had to wake up. They had to put smelling salt underneath.
Yeah,
wake
yeah.
Like Robin got 12 rebounds. Hello, can you do something?
12, nigga. How about 25?
Now I know we still in the second quarter.
Quarter. You ever had somebody that was like going crazy in the game against you, and one of your teammates like, man, can you do something better? Like, can you try harder?
No. But I've seen it though. I've seen players like that. And I hate telling this story, but it was when Michael got a hold of Jerry Stackhouse. And you've heard Vernon Maxwell talk about that. I know on Matt and them thing, you heard him talk about that. But that's a true story. That's a true story.
Wow.
I saw that, you know, from the get-go. So
yeah, the NBA, man. I can't wait for the season to start. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a great year.
I can't wait either, man.
Can't wait, man. So yeah, this was a great live, man. Great live, man. Great.
Yes, sir. Scammont needs to go ahead.
FYF, I'm back and I got LeBron. I might as well cancel the season.
Lot about
Who's this? Who's this, Lamar?
All right, but anyways, I was speaking. Let me finish his point.
My bad.
Scammont needs to go ahead and continue. We got this one going up tomorrow.
Hold on. Insight. Where's the file with all your shows? Because I don't know if you sent me the. Do you have a different Google Drive link?
I think
I'll resend it. But I shared that one.
Because the one I looked at only had three files in it. The one I looked at yesterday.
Nah, I got more than that.
Okay, just resend it, and then I'll get.
Yeah, I'll resend it. Yeah.
Scamming already.
Hey, Lamar, send me that graphic that you got right now. Send it to me.
I got you.
Yo, what y'all talking about tonight?
We just had two NBA players help us understand a little bit more about the game of basketball, especially from the 90s, because these were two gentlemen who played high draft picks. We got Sharone Wright here, 6th pick from the 1994 draft, and then we had Tracy Murray, who was in the 92 draft, 18th pick in the 92 draft, if I'm correct. So we just had them here talking about the game of basketball and just exposing all the stuff that we say on TikTok, because we just a bunch of fans that don't really know too much. We just got a TikTok page and a microphone. So it was great. It was a great show though, man. A lot of stuff being broke down. Stuff from both sides. Stuff from both sides can be taken and ran with. So this is great stuff, man. Again, if y'all ever want to, chop up what you see from here, you're more than welcome to chop it up. Just make sure you tag FYF Sports Debates and GOAT James Kingdom, and make sure you follow all of us here, man. Follow 6th Pick 94, follow LMG Herm, follow GOAT James Kingdom, follow Inside the Arc, Wild Boy, FYF Sports Debate, The Reigning 3, The Hardwood Authority Show, on all platforms, not just on TikTok. We're everywhere to be, we're everywhere, man. This is what we're doing, man. We're going to keep doing this for y'all too. And Saturday night, hopefully we can get another interview with some more players. And check out Hollywood Herm or LMG Herms live. He'll be having X-Man Xavier Daniels. Y'all know who that is. Y'all not real basketball fans. Yeah, McDaniels. Yeah, y'all don't know who that is. The X-Man.
I thought he was gonna beat up Mike at one point, man. I thought he was gonna get him.
Herm, that might sound like you in the microwave, my brother.
Yeah, X.
I can't wait.
Bad. I thought he was
X is on Michael ass, boy.
Yeah. If I'm not there for that interview, please somebody ask him how he felt about people photoshopping Michael Jordan as the guy he was choking. Instead of it being the guy he really choked. I think it was Chris Benoit. Who was it? Chris Benoit? Who did he choke?
Hey man, one thing about X, he gonna. I mean, that's why like Herm, you gonna love it because man, he's the most realest motherfucker you ever meet. And you ask him now, you can ask Herm, you can ask him anything. Tracy, I wouldn't want you to ask Tracy anything, but with this nigga right here, You can ask him about bitches, hoes, whatever, anything. You think of him, man.
Oh man.
Yeah, nah, we don't want to talk about all the tricking y'all were doing back in the days, man.
Nah, but
That's
shit,
nobody's business, man.
It ain't
I
tricking. You
know
got it.
X. I know
Yeah,
X gonna
it's true.
curse
Y'all
them
definitely do got it.
dumbass. I know you gonna curse them dumbass fans out. They say something crazy. You gonna curse their ass out too.
Oh, now, yeah. You ain't gonna have to stay in the middle, Herm. X gonna let your ass know, nigga. What the fuck you say? Man, you took your bitch ass out of here, nigga. I'll kill you.
Oh yeah. You gotta be careful, Herb. Don't get your live stricken because X McDaniel cussing somebody out. Cussing people out, man.
That's why me and Inside, man, we be regulating already. We already on the same page. We regulating everything.
He said
Inside, you got hired by Herm. Herm hired you. Shout out to Hollywood Herm.
Nah,
man.
we just on the same page.
But I do want all y'all on there though. YD. I want all y'all on Herm shit too. Once y'all come over there,
For sure, yeah. Share
do that,
we'll be there. We'll be there.
All the guys, y'all be over there. Come on over there, man, and we're gonna have a party with it.
Can I fist your ass?
What?
God, bro.
This is what I be talking about, man. Like,
see, Sharone, that's why I had to make sure it was you, man, because there be people out here just doing weird things
what did
on
he say?
TikTok. Nah, they don't need to repeat it, man. Just another zesty. That's it. A bunch of zesties, man.
Hey, let me ask. Can I ask Sharone a question?
Yes. Be respectful, please.
Hey, let me ask
you. $10, dog. $10, nigga.
Oh, Galaxy.
I gotta wait. What?
You got
Did you gift it live, Cash?
Man, I don't talk to Hall of Famers. Ain't pay nobody. No, I ain't trying to. I don't want to step on your toes like that, bro.
We just joking with you, Cash. Ask your question.
We just joking, man.
I don't know. I couldn't tell, brother.
Oh my God. Here we go.
Y'all be joking too
hard.
Wait
a minute, man. I'm in 3 Hall of Fames, dog.
Here's my question. Was you in them runs that they used to have in Philly, ran around 94, 95, 96 with Drexel? Used to be Kobe in there.
Yes,
Joey Newton used to be in there.
I used to go over there with Lionel. Me, Lionel, Pooh Allen, Kobe Bryant, Kerry. Kerry lived with me for a minute. Kerry be at my crib. And
Joey Newton, you know Joe Newton?
Yeah, I know Joe Newton. I know who you talking about.
Okay.
And we were down, and then we also Dawn Staley she had the clout over at the Philadelphia Athletic Club, so we would go there too. So we were doing that. We were doing Jameer Nelson when he was in high school. We had quite a few guys over there, man.
Yeah. I went to his draft party too, man. I remember that, man.
Sharone,
now those are runs though. My bad. Thanks for that, man. I just wanted to know.
No doubt. You know who was killing though down there? You know who would be killing? Is the boy who played at St. Joe's, but he got schizophrenia. That light skinned boy.
Delonte.
Oh my goodness, he was really good, man. He was pretty good, man. He was pretty good.
That backcourt might be one of the best backcourts in college basketball with Jameer Nelson and Delonte West. That might be one of the coldest backcourts ever.
Hey, Six, Hawkins from Temple. What was his first name? He played with Len Greer.
Oh, Len Greer was tough.
Connie Hawkins?
Yeah, I can't remember his first name.
Like 8
he got drafted by the Rockets.
No, it's not Connie.
I don't remember. I know you're talking about, but I don't remember.
Oh wow!
I know he was on the team with Mark Davis and them. Mark Davis, Len Greer, and that dude you talking about. They were all on the same team at Temple. I remember.
Let me. When you guys used to have those runs, was there ever conversations of guys like playing with each other? Like, damn, I like the way you play. If we can get together, like, was there ever conversations about like stuff like that? Well, I'm gonna be a free agent this time and help each other get so. So that was that was something that's always been around the NBA guys seeing if they can play with each other.
Well, I can only give you my experience in it. My second year, at the end of the year, the trade deadline was late because we had a labor dispute. So on the last 20 games of the year, we were playing Toronto. Last 20 games, and we were playing Toronto. And Damon is a good friend of mine. We had played on the Olympic team together. And he invited me to dinner. Today it would be considered tampering because he took me to dinner with Isaiah. Don't tell nobody that. But then we talked about. He was like, "You ready to get out of here?" I was frustrated with the Sixers because we were not winning, but also we had a lot of guys that had extracurricular activity and they weren't taking it serious. And I hated losing. So Lukey asked me after the game, we got beat by 30 one night, and he said, "Anybody want to get traded? Raise your hand." I raised my hand. Shit, I was like, "All right, I'm out of here." And then 2 days later, 1 day later, we had the dinner with Isaiah. We played them. I set out that game. The trade happened right after the game, and that's why I didn't play. And I was on the next thing. I was on the next plane to Portland because that's where the team was when I first got traded. So it happened. It would be considered collusion right now, but back then you could do that.
Oh wow! But it was only considered collusion because you had because Isaiah, right? But if it was just you and the player, it would.
If it was just me
right?
and Damon, it would have been.
Yeah.
And that answers your question. Guys talk about in the summer times and different times about playing with each other all the time. They do that. It happens.
Yeah, because Tracy said something about how when Lamont asked him coming into the league, like what made him leave early, he mentioned like, hey, if we all join this draft with Shaq, he's gonna be $100 million player. That means anybody who's in the top class in his draft is gonna get some good money as well. Yeah. So you can tell even before entering the league, players were talking about how to get especially this contract information and stuff like that. So that's what I was wanting to know. That's good to know. Because you said you was in the Space Jam bubble.
I was in the movie.
Oh, you was in the movie too? Oh wow.
Yeah, I did a voiceover for the blue monster. You can look it up. I don't think Tracy was in the movie, but he was just there. Because Michael. I think we had a strike that year as well. We had some labor disputes, and then Michael got Nike to build a big bubble. The bubble, it was like right over at Warner Brothers Studios, and we were out there filming the movie, and then we just hooped every day. He had a weight room in there. It was like a big tent, but they had laid the floor down. They took the floor from somewhere, and we were just hooping, man. It was so hard to get a run during that time because it was about 50 of us. Man, it was good run. That was the best runs ever right there.
Tell people, man.
Can you describe like what was the rules that you guys played in for those type of runs? Like what would be a typical NBA player run? Like what would be the points you go to, the fouls being called?
We always
like
going
that.
to 7 by ones, going to 7 by ones. Yeah, every bucket. And that's typical.
5 on 5 up to 7 by 1.
Yeah, up to 7 1 by 1.
Keeps the games moving.
Yeah, it's easy, it's quick, and you get the next 5 on.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Wow. And even so, there's no twos. So that means everybody's going to the rim, basically.
Sometimes you do ones and twos.
Yeah, you shoot threes and stuff too, but I'm just saying. Okay. If you shoot a 3, that's going to count for 2, not instead of 3.
Okay.
So
okay,
but
you said all ones. That's why when you said all ones, that's why I asked that.
Bro, you know what I mean. Come on, Johnny.
No, I'm just making sure, bro. I mean, again, y'all are NBA players. I play basketball with dudes that were at Walmart. You don't listen to them. That's who I play ball with. I was playing with regular people, man. The most fancy player I've ever played with was Jimmy. What's his name? Yeah, I think his name was Jimmy Johnson. He was a running back for the Dolphins.
Oh, okay. No, I was just messing with you.
Yeah, so.
But yeah, that was a really good time.
We used to play 16.
That bubble was pretty good, man. It was cool. I mean, let me name some of the players that were there: Reggie, Muggsy, Larry Johnson, Patrick Ewing, obviously, Michael, Scotty. Who else? We had Tony was there, I think. I think Travis Best, Tim Hardaway was there.
Reggie Miller, Dennis Rodman was there.
No, Dan wasn't there. Man, Dan was too busy chasing behind Carmen Electra or something.
Hey.
But,
no, they got pictures of Dennis Rodman there. Supposedly, Dennis Rodman.
I ain't seen Dan there, but I don't know.
No, okay.
But anyway, B.J. Armstrong, Horace Grant, Penny. I mean, it was deep, man. It was deep.
Now they say Jordan was looking for a power forward during that offseason. Did he ask you to come join the Bulls?
Hell no. He didn't need no power forward. He had Dennis Rodman coming at that time.
No, but that's what I'm saying. When they did the bubble, that was the '95 summer. So Dennis Rodman eventually got there later. But
you're right. Dan was in San Antonio then.
Yeah, he was in San Antonio on his way out. To be honest with you, that's why I asked that because I know that like I said, Jordan was looking for a power forward. That was one of the main things the Bulls were looking for, and he was bringing a lot of players. Like you said, there's a lot of players there, a lot of conversations.
He wasn't bringing them in. No, he wasn't bringing them in. It was just everybody knew that was a place to be. You're either gonna be there, and people gonna be over at Rico Hines. I don't know if y'all heard. I mean, I know y'all heard. Some of y'all heard of Rico Hines. Mm-hmm. Rico's had at UCLA. Huh?
They're still doing those.
Yeah, he's still doing
those. Rico still got it. All the NBA guys are going to that. But I'm just saying, either you at Rico or you were at the bubble where we were at Ronald Brothers, or both. So.
Oh wow. Oh, I thought it was like a special invite for to be a part of that. That's why I think it was.
How did young Kobe look? Because like when you was in them runs, he had to be like 16 or 17.
Yeah, he was young, but I'm not sure Kobe was there. I didn't see him there.
No, he's talking about those runs you used to have in Philadelphia.
Talking with us at
Drexel.
Oh man, he dominated.
Yeah.
He dominated.
He's like 16.
He's about 16 years old. He dominated, man. Listen, dog. We knew from day one. We knew. Remember, Jelly Bean was our assistant coach, so he was around. Bean was around anyway. He was a young kid. He was around all the time. I saw Kobe every day, and every time you saw him, he was working in the weight room at St. Joe's. He'd be on the court. He doing sprints before school start. He got to work out before school. School's over. He coming right back. He'll practice with his team. Run up and get 70 on them, and then he come over with us and work out. So I mean, he was just unbelievable, man. He was unbelievable. Yeah,
that's great, man.
Hey, salute.
All right, I'm gonna let y'all, man.
We hit 66K.
God bless y'all.
God
bless you. Appreciate it, sir.
We got 66K. It looked like the show's getting ready to end a little soon, in a little bit. Let's make sure we tap in the screen. Let's get these lights up.
We're gonna end it. I think I got the perfect song to end it on. We got a good one to end it on. Well, let me get Jay up here.
We got a good one, man.
Jay, I was trying to get you up earlier because I saw you send a gift. But I couldn't find your name in my in the guest box. I couldn't find it. But I'm glad you got up here now, man.
Nah, salute to you all. I was listening to everything. Appreciate your 6 picking Tracy Murray for real. I never knew how it felt to be in the NBA because I've never been in the NBA, so I wouldn't know. But I appreciate the gems y'all gave us all for real.
Mm-hmm. Man said, if I could be like Mike.
Yeah, man.
Sure. I'm the best player to never make the NBA, man. I got a drop step
that's Young Miami.
Like
that's
Shaq.
Young Miami.
I got a shimmy shake like a king. You know what I'm saying? I got a fadeaway like Kobe.
No. Hey Johnny. When it comes to that mid range,
He did say that.
Hey Johnny, when it comes to that mid range,
Kobe. When it comes to that mid range, Kobe Mike, man. Mike and Kobe. When I got that mid-range, Kobe Mike, man. I hit the glass like Sharone Wright. I'm telling you, I was a beast back in my days, man.
He called a month. I was when they were saying, well, my scamming ass niggas. Boosting ass niggas.
Oh, man.
That's awesome.
That's the trick.
That's a catch ass song. He hit that dick on his ass, boy. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, Johnny. That's down on your city right there. That's your city.
That's right, man. Shout out to Young Miami.
Young Miami,
man. Young Miami, man. Spin that shit,
She wilding for that song, boy.
Hey,
she made that one just for Lamont. Just for Lamont.
Shit about Lamont.
They be blaming that song. They be blaming that song on the block.
Well, scamming at Lamont.
But it was nice meeting you both, 6 pick you and Tracy.
Yeah, man.
I'm here all the time, dog. I'm here all the time.
Yeah, man. Except when he's on that fake account with the, he is on that fake account with the Giddy image. Oh my God,
bro, I thought we agreed you weren't gonna say that shit no more, dog.
Man, I'm just saying, I like the original image, man. I like the original six pick, man. Not the
this
clone.
dude, Johnny, came up in the panel the day after talking about he just cussed somebody out that was on a fake 6-pick account.
Fake. And listen, they got a fake GOAT James Kingdom account. They got a fake FYF account. They got a fake Womboy account.
They got an inside the park account.
Yeah, man. They'll do it, man. They'll make a fake account.
Hey, one boy, you ain't having one question, man.
They got
one boy, what happened?
What's up, Womboy?
Womboy at work.
Womboy was quiet as hell.
Hold on, what's this fake Womboy account talk about?
Oh, you didn't know they got a fake account of you too, Womboy?
Oh, no.
Hold on, while we talking about fake accounts,
Is this Karl Malone?
Yep. We knew who it was.
Is this
One
Karl
boy, you only
Malone?
had one question though.
What's
You
up,
had
Herm?
one question, man. What's up with that?
Huh?
Good. They got me on all balls.
Hey, I made an account with all y'all. I've been using. I got 4 or 5 accounts with all y'all names on it.
I believe it.
Oh wow.
That's how. No, I'm being honest, man. That's how I get in the boxes with when I be talking Karl Malone.
Why you like Karl Malone so much? Like, where did this come from?
What's up, Inside Dog?
All right, because I think he's under. A lot of people don't appreciate him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you the one in the comments talking about Karl Malone every time. That's you.
Yeah, that's him. That's him.
Did that chance.
Bro, man, you the stupidest motherfucker I know. You the same. You that motherfucker that keep putting Karl Malone on shit.
Yes.
Hold on, y'all. I gotta let the Karl Malone guy cook for us. Talk to us.
Go ahead, man. Ask the Karl Malone question.
Talk to us.
Hey, what do you mean? No. I don't understand why they keep dissing Karl Malone, man.
But we didn't do that.
But turn the music off. Turn the music off.
What's up?
I mean, who dissed him? Who dissed him?
I mean, they do. I mean,
they on here daily. You're not on here all the time, so you don't know what they do. But they do.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah. Like,
my bad.
You on here on occasion. These people here all day, every day.
Oh, okay.
It's a difference. It's a difference. You know what I mean?
I kept wondering, like, I like Karl.
So what do you think about Karl Malone? In your opinion, you ever played against him?
Bro, I played against Karl a lot.
I can't hear you.
I said I play against Karl a lot.
What do you think about him?
He was great.
Do you think? Where would you rank him in Mr. Power Forward? In your opinion?
And you gotta tell him no.
Seriously,
top 5. Yeah, top 5. Top 5.
Would you put him 1 or 2?
No, not at all.
Why not? Who you put better? Who better?
Tim Duncan.
Who got so Duncan's 19 and 10 is better than Karl Malone's 25 and 10?
I
25 and 10?
I think Barkley was better.
Oh man. You say Tim Duncan, who averaged 25 in his career one time.
6-pick. You just gotta tell him no, 6-pick.
Did it 13 straight seasons.
Tim Duncan is the greatest power forward of all time, bro.
Okay, so Duncan.
You just gotta tell him no, 6-pick. 6-pick. You just gotta tell him no.
Duncan averaged 25 one time in his whole career.
I don't care about all that.
I
don't care about all that. I'm telling you that Tim Duncan is the greatest power forward of all time. You stick that in your damn whatever you're gonna stick.
You never played against Duncan.
You a damn lie. Play against me. Hold up, my man. Oh, wait. Let me. When you say that, no, hold on, dog. Just be quiet for a second.
And wait for it.
Wait a minute, sir. Wait a minute. I played against Tim Duncan in college, sir. I'm an ACC Hall of Famer. Yes, I did play against Tim Duncan. So there you go. And I played against him in the NBA as well.
And you didn't play with him at the NBA level when he was on his best. When he was at his best.
Okay, I played
you didn't play with him. You didn't play him on the NBA level when he was at his best.
You a damn lie. I did play against him.
He played against Karl Malone at his best, and he know Karl Malone ain't better than Tim Duncan. I know that much.
No, wait a minute. This nigga talking about I ain't playing against his best. I play against him in the NBA. What the fuck are you talking about?
Malone, listen. Malone was a better player than Tim Duncan.
Stick to what you just said.
Okay, I was wrong.
Oh, you damn right.
I was wrong. I'm not gonna argue with you because you play
No, don't argue with me anyway.
I was wrong. I was
damn
wrong.
right you wrong.
But okay, I was wrong. But these guys ain't played shit, so their opinion mean nothing.
Then why you
your
up
opinion
here?
more than anything? So okay.
Then why you up here if they don't mean shit?
Man, dude, you ain't tough though.
What the fuck they got to do with
you
Shut your
ain't
punk
tough.
ass
What
up.
You
that's
ain't gonna
supposed to
talk to
mean?
me
Come
like
on,
that.
man. Hey, yo, man, you
kick
gotta
him,
Punk
FYS.
ass up, man.
you
Kick
gotta
him.
Trick
have
ass.
the right
You
Nigga.
position,
Shut your
lunching,
man.
hoe
man.
ass
He
up,
said, but
nigga.
you ain't
God
tough though.
damn, son, this is
How
his
you gonna
life.
argue with an ex
You ain't
NBA
tough
player?
though.
What?
Man, Lamont, run it
Hey,
back, Lamont, run it back, run it back.
run it back, man. Ain't nothing like a Diddy party. You gotta tell him
Oh.
no. You gotta tell him no.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Six Pick. You can't argue with him. You just got to tell him no, man. Oh man.
Yep. Tell him no.
Everybody know
You
ain't
don't
no
know what he
party like
talking
a Diddy
about.
party. Diddy
Oh,
party.
there you go, hey Johnny.
Diddy party. Diddy party. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. Diddy party. Like a Diddy party. Diddy party. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. Diddy party. Like a Diddy party. Diddy party. Ain't no party
Diddy
like
party.
a
Diddy
Diddy
party.
party.
Diddy
P.
party.
Diddy be wanting the body. And you
And you
gotta
got
tell
to
him.
tell him.
Tell him no. You gotta tell him no,
You
man.
gotta tell him.
And you gotta tell him.
Diddy
Tell
party.
him.
Oh man.
You gotta
Oh
tell him.
man.
I did.
Everybody know ain't no
You got to
party
tell
like
the
a
Karl
Diddy
Malone guy no, y'all.
party. Like a Diddy party.
Oh
Ain't
man.
no party like a Diddy
Down,
party.
down,
Diddy
down,
party. Like a
down.
Diddy party. Diddy party. Ain't no party like a Diddy party.
Oh man, the Diddy party is crazy, man.
Oh man.
Man, we got to tell
What
the
a
Karl
great
Malone guy no,
lie.
man.
This is great, man. This is fantastic, man. Ooh. Oh man.
Man, y'all a mess, man. We can't take us nowhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
But you
This
enjoying
is
life.
why they
Ain't
don't
nothing
like
wrong
us.
with that, man.
They talking about I ain't play against. What the fuck do you? What?
That's
Tim
crazy.
Duncan. Everybody, if you line up 10 niggas, they all gonna say Tim Duncan the greatest power forward of all time.
No, that's not
Everybody
true.
says it.
That's
That's not
facts.
true. That's not
Man,
true.
shut up. Man,
That's not
shut up.
true, dude.
Man, shut up, man.
I know Karl Malone got better numbers than Tim Duncan. I know that.
Man.
I know that.
That is true,
MC
bro.
I
He's
know
going to
that.
say
Lord
Tim
have
MC
Duncan.
Hammer
mercy,
sold more
I know
records.
that much.
MC Hammer sold more records. What the
I mean,
fuck
I
that
know
mean?
Kobe. Hey, listen, I know Kobe. I know y'all glazed Kobe, and Malone got better numbers than Kobe. I know y'all
Huh?
glazed Kobe. Y'all glazed the shit out of Kobe, and
Huh?
Malone got better
Oh
numbers
my
than Kobe.
God.
He don't.
I,
He don't.
I,
You sure about that? You
you know
sure he
what?
ain't got better numbers than Tim Duncan?
You know what? You what, man? You wrong. I'm
I mean, you
wrong.
can
You're
talk
right.
crazy to me if you want to, but
No,
I'm
I'm not.
stating
I'm not going.
facts.
You're right. You're the best. You're
Duncan
awesome.
averaged 19
Okay.
points for his career. Malone averaged
Hide your
25.
kids.
All right.
But
Hide your
I
wife.
know that Malone.
He got to go. He got to go. He
That's
got to go.
You gotta
crazy,
go, man. I
man.
don't know how you let him back up, Lamar. I don't know how you let him
He
back up.
doing way too much.
And you
My
gotta tell
bad.
him no.
Hey, real quick, guys
Yeah,
like
what's
that,
up,
guys
Ron?
like that, you really gotta hide your kids, yo. Guys
Yeah,
just
Oh.
man.
like that.
Listen. Yep, listen, y'all. This is why FYF and GOAT James Kingdom exists for this purpose right here to make sure that we have a space for real hoopers to talk real basketball with real basketball fans and real basketball people, man. We are tired of people who gonna tell us that their life sucks and bring their basketball knowledge to the table. We're tired of that. We're tired of you Walmart workers coming up in here telling us some sob story about what you did in high school. We got real NBA players who show up here who have real experiences, who have real knowledge, and they provide it to us. We don't sit here and argue with them about it.
Yeah,
They let
but you
us
ain't
know.
tough though.
I know that. and you're not Sharone Wright neither. You the fake Sharone Wright.
That's gonna be the epic sound bite. With all else
You're not
fails.
tough. You're not tough though. Yeah, you definitely not
Yeah,
tough.
when all else fails, we like,
But you're not tough though.
Yeah, that ain't even
tough though.
That ain't even useful. It ain't you. They pay. Go James is paying you to be on here. Yeah. That ain't really you. That's not. But you ain't tough though. You ain't tough.
Yeah, Sharone grew up in the 70s in Macon, Georgia, ladies and gentlemen. He is tough as they get.
Oh, I gotta clip that, but you ain't tough though. I gotta clip that
You
sound.
ain't tough though.
I gotta have
Trust
that
me,
sound.
he from South,
But you ain't tough
South
though.
Georgia. Grew up in the 60s and the 70s, like he said, man. He been there, done that. Did 4 years of college. Played in the NBA. Went overseas. Played overseas. The man's been through it all, man. He's a family man. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Sharone, man. We always appreciate
Shout
you
out
here.
to you,
But
sir.
this is where you find real basketball hoopers and real basketball conversations. If not here, you'll find it on the Hardwood Authority show with Warren Boy, Inside the Arc, and Olo. If it's not there, you'll find it on the Rain and 3 with LMG Herm, YD, and Yellow Maui. Yellow Maui. So again, we are real basketball hoopers. We're not like the Zesties. We're not like none of that. Y'all know I am. A Johnny the Exposer. I need my 20v1.
Johnny Bakes.
Add Tracy to it. Add Sharone to it.
Zesty Jeffrey Cemetery. It's open.
It's open, y'all.
Solo bring me 20. Line them up. 20 versus 1. Let's end it. I dissect the myth.
I dissect the myth.
Jordan fans panic. Unable to stabilize the table. Hand-picked moments. Curated real to glory. Cropping out failures to protect the bedtime story.
Y'all live in nostalgia.
LeBron's career is the ultimate regulator.
It's the ultimate regulator.
Marcus fresh and deep. Now the city posse weak. My vision lost sight. Trying to argue with the king. Mini Glock. Couldn't say a thing. King speech. Bro. The crown. Scap attack. Foley's buying crack. Broken down on Monty Vibes.
Monty Vibes. Boy. Under pressure.
A lack of measure.
A lack of measure. Jordan ain't the GOAT.
Hypocrisy left utterly ashamed.
Utterly ashamed. What?
Ego, fragile like glass.
Fragile like glass. I whoop the entire class.
Where idols turn to dust.
Cause
Shatter all the
in LeBron we trust.
Crime by the perfect ring. Ignoring first round. It's a contradictory thing. Scrambling, 20 versus 1. Johnny clearing out.
Y'all smell that?
But you not tough though.
That idol brings a fable from the past.
What?
Claims his dad.
Your daddy's a liar, nigga.
Better handles than
Ron Strickland can't dribble like Kyrie.
Daddy lies. Used to upload the proper logic. Weaponizing feelings to deflect the skill. But Kyrie's dagger's deeper. Let's keep it real. Hating on ground with a passion so bizarre. Elevating plumbers.
They hating.
Them a shining star. Jordan was a killer. Yeah. Respect is always due.
Jordan.
Them like God is simply untrue. Act like losing later.
I wanna be like Mike.
That's a loss too. I stand on accolades.
That's
still the book. You stand on killer instinct. And a look. That's why you fear the debate. Why you scatter like roaches when
like
I
roaches when I open the gate.
They want the whole way. They want the
That's why they mad at us. This is why they mad at us.
They want everything, nigga. I got the G. JK.
Don't hide behind behavior. Face the reaper. Vibing. Getting every tip to line. Leave logic behind.
Jig behind.
Boom to suffocate. So I can let it out. Seal the joy and fate. One man, 20 fans. Microphone to speak.
It's one man. This is me.
Nursery rhymes are forced to visit. I cut through the frog with surgical precision.
Precision.
I'm out, guys.
Salute, Six Big.
Hey, this is better than the Mike song, Six Big.
Jeffrey Cemetery. Who's next? 20 versus 1.
All right, FYF and Go James and my boy.
Oh, shut the fuck up, you scared ass niggas. I'm tired of y'all challenging me. Hide your kids, hide your wife, because FYF and Go James Kingdom are taking over TikTok, y'all. It's a wrap. Peace and blessings, y'all. It's always a pleasure. Shout out to Lamont FYF for giving us another great live, man.
Salute, y'all. We out, man.
All right, Go James and FYF.
Peace and blessings, fellas.
All right.